Yeah, I don't know why. My stream just crashes sometimes when I'm in this specific thing.
I can only really codecast one game because I am playing
You're fine.
at 6, so.
You're fine.
I thought you looked lonely in here. Somebody to keep you warm, you know, help you out,
No worry.
kill the silence, ramble, all that good stuff. Because it's hard to talk to yourself for 50 minutes straight.
Definitely a little difficult, but it's all good. We got 2.5 minutes. It's so different now. Like we have a Fury bar on a Fury melee. So who's the other Fury champions?
Tryndamere?
Tryndamere was the champion yesterday. I don't think it would be Tryndamere 2 days in a row, but I can put it. No, it's not Tryndamere. Another champion in 2011.
Renekton.
Renekton isn't Renekton pretty? I guess it could be Renekton. It would make sense for it to be Renekton. It is. It's just Renekton. Okay. Cool. That was quick.
I thought you already tried Renekton, so I was like, maybe Tryndamere.
No.
Vi stands for stupid. That's Jinx.
Right. Yeah, that's Jinx. I love Jinx. Vi stands for violence.
Vi stands for stupid.
Ability. That looks like a Yuumi ability.
Yeah, Yuumi Q.
It's her Q. Emojis. What? That looks like, I'm gonna say Zach. Nope. Something
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Oh, it's a tooth? Like what looks like a cell. What?
It could. Nah, it's not Warwick.
Tooth? The tooth thing is throwing me
like
off.
Spreading?
I don't know. No, it's just a literal tooth.
Yeah. So some sort of biting. It could be. No, it's not Warwick. Yeah.
What?
Moi.
An Easter Island? What? Stoneface?
What the hell is?
What? It's not Malphite.
The only thing I can think of is Cassante. I don't know. It's definitely not him. It's definitely not him. The tooth. Oh my gosh, I don't know. If it's like ancient, maybe like Gnar? I don't know.
Could be. Snake.
Is Snake?
It's just Cassio? Yeah, Fang.
Oh, it's Poison! The first one's supposed to be Poison! And the tooth thing is her E.
Yeah.
What the hell is Easter Island?
Petrification.
Oh, it's Stone! Petrification.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they did not make it easy today, huh?
Oh, I will change this because 0-0. No match has been played yet. Okay. Skin check. We have some good skins. We have Spirit God Udyr, and that's the best skin.
So fun fact about Big OO, aka Cody. I'm just gonna refer to him as Cody from now on. You see, he doesn't really play Rise aside from ARAM Mayhem and Arena mode. I don't think I've ever seen him play an actual Rise game.
Gotcha.
But whenever he plays ARAM Mayhem, he does 1v9 on it, so
yeah,
I'm kind of interested to see this. And No More Feeding, he's actually a pretty good ADC player. He was our support last Boots Bash. The only reason we put him support is we had Ontario Beetle on the team.
So
it's like it's really hard to beat him
Chunks
in
down,
that spot.
Chunks down early onto the Rise, so he'll be playing lane with a little bit of an HP disadvantage to start.
It's gonna be hard to push an advantage as Vygar early game.
Rise is just gonna.
Toledo's
going in. He's
fighting in the middle of the minions. Oh, okay. Forced out the flash. That's pretty good for Toledo. He has kill threat now.
He has,
but he has no ignite.
He has no ignite, but Mordekaiser at least doesn't have kill pressure back. Hockey took teleport, so he's opting for the teleport shield later in the game.
Yeah, but if Hockey backs now, then the wave just dies, so it's kind of hard to look here. Ooh, that was really aggressive by Hockey eating that right there. If Toledo got the stun, that would have been a chunk to 100 HP there.
Yeah, and it looks like he's
Toledo needs to not 8-brain this.
He needs to be ready to use his E.
He needs to not kill himself to the turret.
I don't think he will. He did get his Q. He did get his level 3, which means he has W now. Booze is getting a couple stacks there.
This is actually a good position.
Rise,
for Hockey
Rise definitely could just do some combo here. Yeah, get some good damage out. Proc that phase rush.
Yeah, that was way too aggressive by Fuel there.
Toledo,
you're the Vygar, dude.
Yeah, Toledo's gonna push in and then take a early back. Gonna come back with just boots.
Overall, the lanes are going relatively favored in terms of for Ixtal. Aside from mid lane. Mid lane is relatively even.
Yeah.
If not a little bit behind for them. Which is not exactly what you want to see against the Vygar, but
good Alistar combo, but Xayah,
a little bit of poke to get Boozosaurus in a little bit of a more comfortable position.
Xayah's so good at just pushing these waves in, which makes it potentially a little harder for Smolder to get some stacks.
Yeah, that Q cooldown is a little bit too long early game to efficiently farm those.
Yeah.
Later on, they don't want to push it into him.
Although that was a great job to get the pull on the minions by the Alistar, and then Smolder kind of holding the minions. Good jump by Toledo. Good shield by Mordekaiser. Playing very aggressively. He does have Hockey bought a Dark Seal on his first back there. So he's looking to play aggressively now, early into the Jax, which could definitely go in Toledo's favor, especially because Gwen's right here. Dodges out the E, taking a lot of damage, but it's okay. As Jax, he can kind of turn it if he has to. Very quick
Seems
push.
like a bit of a full clear angle, though.
Yeah. It seems... So, yeah, Hockey's just gonna back, and then he's probably gonna... And he's in a spot where he doesn't even have to burn teleport. Backing for his boots. Okay.
This is exactly where you want to be on Mordekaiser. You can't take short trades anymore because the Mord will just heal them right up. The early pressure that Toledo got doesn't really matter at this point. He just needs to keep up in CS and he should be fine.
Yeah, and it looks like he's doing a good job of being up in CS on the Jax, so that's really good. Oh,
that early pressure did help him a lot.
Q just missed out by the Nautilus. Nothing probably would have really resulted from it, but it's...
If anything, it's a good thing that the not Q missed, because if Alistar Qs that and then W's him into turret, then it's not looking good. You got to be a little bit careful with the Qs on Nautilus here.
Yeah, potentially, for sure. Jungler is just kind of playing AFK, just farming. Both junglers really want to hit level 6 as fast as... Like, both junglers kind of hit... I'm surprised that Udyr is not trying to play slightly aggressively, because he starts with his entire kit. So, like, he doesn't really have an ultimate to work up to.
I think it's fine, because you don't want stuff to happen in this game. If you're on Bandle City, you really don't want to be looking for plays that can go wrong, which they oftentimes do go wrong in this elo. Oh, if Hockey dings 6 here, no, he wasn't in range of the minion.
Boy J Money's here, Scritch is here. Yeah. Great knockup by the Alistar, but Griffin's still doing a ton of damage, stunned up by the thing. First blood goes to the Xayah, though. He's flashing in aggressively. Gets a couple kills there. Fuel does ult onto the Udyr and get the...
If he can get out, that's
Or
absolutely
no, he gets the
huge for him
Nautilus,
now.
sorry. Rise picking up a kill. And
Okay.
Xayah picking up a kill. Kills going exactly where you really want them. And Dragon going over to the side of Ixtal. So, very good there. Rise doesn't have to worry about the Veigar ult anymore. It's obviously down on cooldown. Booze might be in a tough spot. Oh, barely misses if that one can down, but I think he's still dead. Xayah just walks up and kills
Runs it down, yep.
Yeah, no flash from Booze. Opts to just take a death instead. I'm not so sure that's the correct thing to do there versus losing your flash on the Smolder in a safe lane, but it's kind of okay. He may not have expected the damage to result in a kill. Now Toledo playing aggressively. Ultimate out from the Jax. Mordekaiser's just going to use his Q, get that shield.
Yeah, this is a handshake of ultimates here.
Oh, that's an ignite. That's a death?
Does he get his W back in time?
No.
No, he doesn't. That's a solo kill for Toledo.
Toledo gets the kill on Jax, so down in farm for now. He'll be able to catch up, be 1 CS down, and then get it back.
If you're the Mordekaiser, you're instantly getting red flags in your head. Oh crap, I'm supposed to at least go even in this lane. If I'm getting solo killed, it's not looking too great because you don't want them to find an angle on the side of the map.
Oh, Patty does, like you said, Patty does get sent into there, but he is going to survive on the Alistar. Ignite comes out, but that's not going to kill the Nautilus who's just chugging pots.
That's just a lesson learned for Patty, not to do something like that onto the Alistar again.
Oh, sure. Like, if this was like, yeah, Alistar didn't land the Q as far as I saw, but also but Nautilus also didn't just instantly flash either. I'm surprised that no flash there, but again, now he has his flash if he really needs it for another time. Hockey getting traded on again. Toledo not going, I guess I figure he's going Triforce. I'm surprised he doesn't have Sheen. Mordekaiser does have Sheen here. So I'm guessing that
for the Dusk and Dawn, yeah.
So I'm guessing Mordekaiser, just like every other AP champion in the world who does melee stuff, just builds Dusk and Dawn. Like,
absolutely.
That's I don't know. I'm like a big hater of the item. I think it was like it's been like way too overtuned. But regardless, Toledo going in again does get another solo bolo of the Mordekaiser. Jax getting so much gold here. Because these early kills, they're still worth about the same amount of gold. Really, at some point, you don't necessarily, you're not necessarily killing for the gold, but you're killing for like, being able to get more stuff done in the lane. Toledo not going to take the back here. He's going to instead opt to push the wave in again. And leave it in a good state for him.
Barrier used by Fuel.
So Fuel uses Barrier. Rise going to take a tower shot. But we'll get a plate. We'll get a plate in the process, so works out great for him.
If you're the Veigar, you're gonna be a little bit worried in this situation. Your top side is falling. It's not looking too good because now the Mordekaiser can't do the straight 1v1 with Jax. It is a lane that is a bit coin flippy in terms of I'm not the biggest
fan of Jaboj doing this. Gritch is just gonna get out with his.
That is really aggressive.
It's so aggressive, and Rise is still here. Rise, did not play aggressively at all. Patty was trying to do something here. It's gonna kind of just get caught out, and will end up being fodder for the other team. Let's see who gets the kill. It goes to Fuel, who does ult for it. Xayah not following up probably doesn't really matter. Patty, the Nautilus was just way too caught out there. CC immunity gonna force the flash of Rise. It is gonna get Mordekaiser in, but this is too far for Jaboj Money. Oh my gosh, he was just out of tower range. That's
really unfortunate.
That
for
feels
Rise, but,
like if I'm Rise, I'm like just thinking that's very unlucky. But
Veigar got another kill.
Veigar at 3-0.
That's a lot more pressure.
Yeah, definitely. But wow, the Xayah just pummeling the damage in. Alistar there though. Xayah has ult, so doesn't really have to worry. He has flash and ult. Toledo here. Jaboj Money also following in. Toledo is just gonna have to take the kill here and get out. Hopefully he can get a ward over the wall and jump. because he's got a hungry Udyr coming after him, and that is Udyr picking up the shutdown of 256 bounty going over to the Udyr.
If you're on Bandle City, you got a big old smile on your face. The Udyr getting that kill to help secure the early game a little bit and keep up with the Gwen, who's been ganking pretty much everywhere. It feels like the aggression wasn't helping at all for the side of Bandle City earlier on, but the over-aggression from Ixtal is helping out a ton for them because they're overplaying and they're finding plays on the side to get those shutdowns, get the kills on people that you want to get the kills on. Like the Veigar and the Udyr, you don't want to give them anything, really.
I'm not really sure that Gwen's been like that active in almost any lane. Maybe mid lane, but nothing really has been going on in the other lanes. Gwen was there at Drake, and that was about it. The 2 Drakes.
I'm saying more in terms of objectives.
Yeah, definitely has had objective pressure. Nautilus again in a bad spot, but this could leave Xayah a little bit of ability to kind of open fire, but needs to stay back, and Nautilus is just going to go down, and the kill this time goes on to a really strong target in the Smolder. Rise putting the moves on, forcing out the barrier, gonna complete mid lane wave, but Fuel is just gonna flash ult. Flash and barrier used by the Veigar does bait Rise into staying and getting Cade killed, but now the Rise has Rod of Ages on the way back, so Rise is gonna start scaling in health and be able to keep stacking his mana up for the late game, where Rise will be able to become more of a late game beast. Toledo once again going in on Hockey Boys, gonna get pushed away this time. Gonna push the Jax away this time. Very smart little tech there from Mordekaiser. Ooh, really playing aggressively here. Does get the double knockup. Are we gonna see the Xayah ult? We do. Gets onto Boozasaurus. Booz is forced to flash. Just kill the Alistar right in front of you. Does get 1. Does get 2. Really nice flash away from the Alistar.
Well done. Playing around his cooldowns.
I think that dodged the Alistar Q, if I'm not mistaken. The flash from the Xayah. I'm gonna back up a little bit.
I'm not entirely sure. I didn't see the Alistar Q at the end. I know that flash behind Patty in order to get the roots into guaranteed kill on the Smolder and Patty at the end. I think that was just very good cooldown management by Feeding.
On default too,
Because I think that Boozasaurus and Full2 definitely got baited by Feeding using E previously in the fight.
Yeah.
So they might have thought it was still down, but Essence Reaver carrying once again.
And the
on
Spygar,
Xayah.
they are doing the correct thing here. They're just going after the Fed lane.
Stop.
So Fuel is there. Fuel has no sums up. Kill goes to Scritch. Absolutely fine. Could have gone to essentially anybody but Nautilus, and it's a good place for the kill.
Scritch getting the kill is great.
Yeah.
Immuning Smolder's damage and Veigar's damage later on in the game is going to be very useful for one-shotting that front line.
Definitely.
Which, it's a Gwyn. You can definitely do that.
Yeah, already has Dusk and Dawn. Xayah playing pretty aggressively into Booz. Already up big time on the CS. 30 CS up and 4 kills. This Xayah probably has the most gold in the game. Absolutely, Xayah has the most gold in the game. But we do have 3 people ganking bot lane. Xayah has no flash. This should be the kill coming in. Goes to the Udyr. Yep. Patty's also stuck here. Gwen's gonna get zoned off by the Alistar. Double kill down for the Udyr. I really wish they went to Boozasaurus. I kind of wish they went into the Smolder so Smolder can get closer to his late game quicker. Toledo gonna take a tower shot here and going to live. Good flash out to not take more than one tower shot, but uses everything and gets the Triumph to stay alive. Gonna get the whole tower here. Will probably pay for it with his life, but that's absolutely fine. Because Jax doesn't have a shutdown anymore. If anything, you probably just fly it into Udyr and let Udyr get the kill. No, it does go to the Veigar.
Outplayed.
I definitely think I would have probably just queued into the Udyr and forced him to get the kill, or just forced the run away from the. If you suspect, because as soon as you see Veigar, anyways, because you don't necessarily know that Veigar's
genuinely just walk away. So.
Yeah,
but can generally just walk away.
Oh, sure.
And just let the Veigar take it even then.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying like Jax, where Udyr is, he just runs. Then Jax is just running into the jungle and getting out.
Yeah.
So,
I understand that.
Yeah. But it's okay. Kill goes over to the Vigar. I don't really think it matters exactly what happened there in the end. But it's a very close game. It's pretty much exactly even on gold. Because of the shutdowns that have gone over.
They're looking for a dive right here?
They are, I guess, looking for a dive, but now they realize it's not going to happen.
Patty has no ult?
Patty is going to ult.
No, he has ult.
Patty ulted the wrong person, I think, in my opinion. Good flash out. Scritch gets pulled, but does get the E. Kind of buffered that.
Yeah, there's nothing they can get here.
That's
actually,
that's
is Dragon?
That's a pretty good buffer. Dragon in 10 seconds, so that looks like a free Drake for the side of Bandle City. At this point, I think that they should just send somebody mid lane here to stop the Rise while the other two... While two of the members just take Baron. Now, the Alistar being here is a little interesting. I think that Alistar probably wants to play on the Drake instead of being potentially killed. Yep, he's going to go right back there. They're going to have Mordekaiser in the mid lane. Going to be going up into a Rise. Rise is just going to do some good spacing here. But maybe going to get a little bit baited in. Does have his flash. Can just... Oh, CC immunity really strong there from your boy J Money. Flash away does... I don't know if he's in the... They're in the death realm. They're in the death realm. He's in the death realm with Mordekaiser. I didn't even realize that until after he was under the tower. Good ult by Gwen's gonna hit Hockey Boys once. Oh, we didn't... No follow up there.
There's not really anything else to get here.
Because he knew there was no... Scritch knew he probably wasn't gonna hit Hockey, so he just threw out the last his needlework where it disappeared. But overall, nothing... Rise flash gone for the meantime, but in exchange for Mordekaiser's ultimate, which overall favors Bandle City. Xayah trying to go for the tower. Booz is gonna get the slow. Jaboy J Money's there. Patty gonna hit Jaboy J Money before he does it. That's really great. Xayah now has the kites. Gonna get slowed by the smaller ultimate. Not gonna do a lot of damage though.
Well done on Patty, realizing, hey, I need to get this guy off of him.
Let's get us. I'm going to get a Smolder stack check. He's at 124. So we're about to see it transform. There's 127 stacks. And we can go back to directed camera.
100 more stacks. And then he becomes a champion.
Okay. Rise here is going to have a little help from... Or not Rise here. Mordekaiser's going to have help from the Udyr, who's been everywhere because he is Udyr. No flash. Rise isn't going to opt to try and ult out. So it should just be a KO, and it will go to Hockey Boy, or a kill, and it should go to Hockey Boys.
That's the ARAM experience. Push down the lane. Whether you die or the enemy dies, it is what it is.
Yeah, but that's obviously like... Yeah. It's...
Yeah.
Not...
I'm just saying, he has more experience on ARAM with this champ.
Absolutely. Good ultimate by feeding... Gonna get that. Oh, gonna hit that Alistar. That should be the. Oh my gosh, they're playing with fire here. Booz is gonna get stunned up. Booz stuns up. Booz gets the kill though. Gosh. Patty is here. He probably could just leave. There's no way he's gonna kill. He needs to just leave. He's not gonna get the kill, and you do not want to feed the. You do not want to feed Booz. Flash forward. Boozosaurus gets the kill. Scritch dies on the other end. Teleport in from the Rise into two more. Toledo on fuel forces the flash. Rise gonna be taken down here. Hockey Boy's gonna pull the Rise back in. Kill goes to Hockey Boys. Very
this is quite
sketchy
possibly
play around.
the worst case scenario if you're Ixtal.
Yeah.
You've given over your early leads. You've given over your shutdowns. Boozosaurus is now online. Fuel's been online. The Udyr's carrying, and the Mordekaiser can actually start matching Toledo here without dying. It's looking really rough for Ixtal.
We'll have to see.
But if you're Bandle City, you're smiling.
Yeah, we'll have to see because at this point, well, actually, we're gonna have to see what buys come in once Mord. Because Mordekaiser has no ball. He's buying towards a Rylai's. We'll have to see what Toledo gets on back here. Toledo sitting on about 1,500, about 1,600 gold. Might have completed second. Oh no, not quite completed second item. But a lot of people are in with 2 items on the map. You have a 2.5 item Xayah, a 2 item Smolder. Oh, why is Smolder's buying Black Cleaver now? That's very interesting. I'm always like,
I think it's for the ability haste and the AoE damage.
yeah, I'm just not used to that being a Smolder item. I don't really play him though.
Me neither. It's not a great
Patty
item.
caught out, stunned up. Does use his Locket of the Iron Solar. Toledo is here. Great play by Toledo. He's getting in on fuel, but I think he's tunneling too much. No, he is not actually. He does get the shutdown. Toledo
free hitting.
Hitting booze. Oh my gosh, Jax gonna flash away. Not even going to die.
Feeding, yeah.
Oh no, but Hockey's here. Toledo's in a bad spot. He's gonna take a kill to the Udyr actually. He was hoping for an execution, but it was obviously not going to happen. Scritch and Jaboy J Money are here. It's getting a teleport in from Mordekaiser. Now they're going to go in. Jaboy J Money might still actually die here. No! Scritch gets pulled into the
immortal.
Poured into the Death Realm by the Mordekaiser.
Well done.
Very well baited by Jaboy J Money, knowing that Hockey was going to teleport in to keep the Gwen there, keep the Gwen interested, because normally on her own, Gwen will just get the kill there. But
great coordination.
Hockey Boy's getting the Rise getting dodged out of. Boozosaur is here. They're still gonna keep trying to play on this, I think. Nope, they're gonna leave it.
He didn't get Storm Raider Surge from that though. He just doesn't do enough damage to the Mordekaiser at this point to proc the Storm Raider Surge. So if they teleported a little bit behind him, there's a chance that they can go aggressive onto him.
Yeah, but there's there's no teleport.
There's no real.
But for next Drake, Drakes are all tied up for in a Hextech Drake game, Hextech Soul game, which is really strong. For Bandle City, they have two.
It favors Bandle City big time.
For right now, it does. Yes.
I'm pretty sure your biggest hope is to pray.
Oh, this Nautilus is in so deep, and nobody else is here to really help him.
Oh no!
Just a lot of overextension from the Nautilus. It's not gonna be that reward. He's so tanky. Toledo's here, but Toledo can't do much. Toledo gets airborne and pushed away.
They're in a choke. If they keep walking
Scritch
into
and Rise pulled out. Rise caught out. Rise not quite dead here. No Mikhail's Crucible.
Yeah, he walked in.
Oh, he's a little too deep. Oh, he didn't quite get himself over the wall. Scritch is here. They're gonna try and keep on doing little bits of damage. Toledo jumps in. Gonna get a 3-person stun. Oh my gosh, Jax with so much damage, but
he's alone.
He is alone. Everybody on his team is nobody is there on his team. He doesn't even kill Hockey. Double kill over to the Udyr. Just it feels like
it's too hard for the.
It feels like
hard for them to walk up.
It feels like It feels like there was a little miscommunication where the Jax is strong and the Jax wants to go in, but the rest of the team not quite able to approach into such a strong amount of CC.
Yeah, you can definitely see on the side of Ixtal a lot of should we do this? Should we do this?
Yeah.
Into no's and yeses from varying members.
There's definitely a disconnect in what amount to go in a game. What the heck? Gwen gets the steal. Scritch, in my opinion, saving what probably would have just been a Baron and an end into a Baron. I don't know who got it, but it looks like it's on Rise, it's on Nautilus. I think Xayah has it too, if I'm not mistaken. But Xayah is almost gonna die here because he's so far up on his own.
Oh, Xayah did have it.
Xayah has it. Everyone's here though. Xayah's in such a bad spot. Has ultimate, but has nothing else really.
Way too overly aggressive.
Wanted to try and kill Fuel, but they, I guess, thought that, hey, I can be up here, but just got completely pincered, and Xayah goes down. Toledo is the only one that came up that was too late to get it. Scritch obviously doesn't have it anymore.
So you would want the Rise on the side lane here.
Yeah, you want Rise to force pressure with the Baron buff.
And Patty needs to walk with the team so that they can at least Baron two sides.
Yes. But the Nautilus is playing on the same side as the Rise. The Nautilus needs to be probably in mid lane here, playing with Jax, and then eventually with just Xayah. They're gonna switch lanes for Rise. They're gonna have to send Jax down to the bot lane. But now you gotta keep the mid lane Baroned up. Because Toledo has to go.
If I'm on the side of Ixtal, I gotta wonder where can we look for something here, because you can definitely put more on side if you have the Gwen playing
Yeah.
mid lane with feeding,
Yeah.
I think that it's kind of hard for them to run into you.
Mhm.
So if you can
Yeah.
overforce on side to get a kill or a turret, it's
Mhm.
definitely going to be worth it for Ixtal because they have
Yeah.
to look for a play soon, or else they're just going to be bled out.
Yeah, Rise going for Azanya's here is just feels like too little damage for this late in the game for Rise. Rise not getting an actualizer by this point feels a little like maybe a little bit of an issue. Wow, Xayah melting the Mordekaiser. Scritch going in, trying to get onto Busasaurus in very deep. Does not have immunity yet. Scritch getting blown up. Dies to your boy J Money. Patty just being such a menace. Oh, but Smolder Smolder had his ability, but it's gone now. Big fight win for Ixtal. Big fight win for Ixtal. This is huge. This might.
Got that.
Oh my gosh! And they have Xayah. This could be an end.
Wait,
Toledo.
How long is Baron still up? Can they end off that?
They might be able to end off it. I mean, it's just your boy J Money, and they can end. Like it's long timers. Mordekaiser's up. They probably don't want to try it with Mordekaiser.
They aren't looking.
Okay, so they're just gonna take inhib back out. Dragon in a second here. So they'll get to Drake. Your boy J Money will get there decently fast, but I think the Baron's gone. They're gonna teleport Mordekaiser. He's just in by himself. They could just if they just find Mordekaiser.
If they turn onto him,
turn on him. He's turned. Oh, he's turned on. He's dead. Hockey's. Oh no, he took Rise into the realm.
He ulted the Rise.
Everybody's
can
here.
That buy enough time. His team is nearly there.
His team is here, and but the Udyr's not. The Udyr's not here, and everybody else is.
That's a huge pick before the dragon.
And Rise has teleport. They just need a good. They need a good teleport ward for Rise. That's all they need. Oh, they do.
I don't think they necessarily need to contest this if you're on the side of Bandle City.
No. Bandle City doesn't have. Bandle City does not have to. I would have still liked to see a ward for the Rise to teleport in, which they did have one in the pit. Just in case they did want to make a call. But overall now Rise goes top lane and is already starting to split. You have Veigar and Jax going down with the Nautilus kind of shadowing the Rise here. I think they're gonna try and have Patty come up, but he's now spotted, so Fuel will just leave, and that will signal with a minute and 30 Baron left for Baron that the other team will have the ability to make a play. They're going to make a play. They're immediately going to go. They see people are gone. Scritch stunned up, but this is not good for Jaboy J Money.
This might be a little over-aggressive here.
Over-aggressive by the Udyr, but the Rise not stunning so early didn't allow Scritch to stay on.
It is really hard to lock him down.
The red buff was taken by the Udyr, which means that now there is a red buff on Smolder.
Bandle City's taken over their top side. Patty needs to come here soon to clear out.
It's fine, but Toledo's here now. Gonna jump onto Jaboy J Money. The Xayah's here, but not free firing it.
There's a lot of CC.
Xayah needs to free fire. Toledo is just living. He's just living. He doesn't have Counter Strike up yet. He does go down. The Xayah getting all sorts of CC, but is down. Xayah shredding.
Wait, the Xayah's free hitting here.
Xayah is free hitting, but is gonna get absolutely smacked up.
He got chunked.
Oh, he got chunked. No,
Busasaurus with the Q.
Yeah, all this and Rise just gonna be in the bot lane, so not amazing. They have Baron in 30 seconds. Baron in 30 seconds with no one really gonna be up for it, so they should just push this tower in mid lane and then look for Baron, on spawn with your boy J Money there. But I think he's gonna take. They're debating it, and they're just gonna do it on spawn. They're not even gonna look to try and take more of the tower. Baron's in 10 seconds. Scritch will be missing up for 10 seconds, so it's absolutely good. This should be a Baron on spawn for Bandle City, which is huge for them.
I hate to interrupt you guys. Are you on the main channel or the
main?
You're on main.
Yep, I'm on Boost One.
Okay.
No problem.
Who was that bozo?
That's the person casting on 2.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna have another match starting in 7 minutes. So you're gonna be leaving me, which is fine. Because you have a match to play. But either way, I think. Wow, that's so much damage onto the Nautilus. Nautilus build is absolutely fine. Locket Knight's Vow is like every tank literally every tank supports build right now. Scritch, no Baron was taken though, which is kind of unfortunate. Jack's gonna teleport out, or no, yeah, Jack's TP'd out, which means that they currently don't have teleport, but Mordekaiser instantly runs. Mordekaiser is already in mid lane now. As soon as he sees that, he just runs away. Zaya's potentially caught out here, has no flash, gets put into the death realm, has to shred this Mordekaiser potentially. He does. But he's in the middle of their team though. He doesn't know where he is.
Oh, he didn't pre-ult that.
He did get the ult off. He got the ult off. Toledo's here. Patty's in the middle of there, but the Nautilus ultimates are not coming through in the way that I think they need to be coming in, but it's absolutely fine. Your boy J Money just knocked up. I think looking for a backline ult with the Nautilus because of how it works. Your boy J Money is in with Toledo, but I think Toledo would just kill him potentially. Although
he could just run away.
He's really like if he was to try and fight it, he would probably it would be close, but probably still lose because of Sundered, but Jax doesn't have that many items. If we're being honest. He's not quite to his third item because he's going Zanya's third.
Yeah, but that's pretty necessary into this team.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is
a
necessary.
Little bit difficult at this
it's
point,
definitely necessary, yeah. I would love to see Ryze. Once Ryze gets his actualizer, I think he'll be like able to cook a little bit more. But it's a bit hard for Ryze to do as much damage as he has to do.
Ixtal was able to clear out the scuttle.
Hockey's playing so aggressively.
At
yeah, but Fidang is just running away, able to get away. Toledo kind of caught with
he doesn't have his ult yet.
Okay, he does go for his...
That's the Zonya's value.
Zonya's value, but it's really good. He has Counter-Strike up. He's on Hockey Boys. He stuns up. Does he kill the Mordekaiser time? He does. Trades off with Mord.
1 for 1 so far.
Oh my gosh, Zaya just hammering on this one. Oh my gosh,
the
flash!
Bought so much time.
Oh, beautiful flash from Zaya. Gets over the wall. Patty will be sacrificed. But still, fine.
It's 3 for 2.
It's 3 for 2, but more health means we're gonna get a soul. Means we're gonna go to a 7th and final Dragon Soul point in 5 minutes from here. Baron's up. They decided they want they know that they have to prio tying up the Drakes, otherwise you risk going Soul for Baron. Now they can probably almost just look Baron now anyways with the Scritch down, but still fine. Either way, they're taking it nice and slow. The Zaya is just shredding everyone, and it's just been very tough. Scritch probably might even want a Zonya's himself on the Gwen. Jax, now with the full Zanya's. But Zaya's got 4 items, including almost a BT. And he's a full item up on Booze. Toledo has found the Alistar, but Alistar just being such a pain, but Scritch gonna have all this. Scritch is just gonna get ulted by Hockey. Probably gonna go down. Big fight, and it just looks like it's Zaya versus the world, and Zaya is doing really good. Zaya's doing really good. Ryze and Zaya.
They ran into the Zaya there.
They did run into the Zaya, so it is 3 members of their team are losing
Baron. They can't really look for anything though after it because Boozosaurus and Fuel are still alive.
Yeah, and they have a lot of kills. There's a lot of gold on this Smolder and this Vigar. Let's go. But overall, it looks like we're gonna get Inhibitor. Booze is gonna stop the Inhibitor. Absolutely fine. Ryze gonna take tower here. The gold is kind of slowly coming back towards it was like 4 to 5k. Now it's sitting at 3. Now it's sitting at about 3,000 gold, which is still surmountable. Absolutely.
I hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna have to get going. My game starts now.
That's fine.
They expect it to be so long.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Good luck.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me for the cast. And I can stop project. Oh, I wasn't streaming anyways, I guess. Or no, when the projection goes away, the stream stops. But either way, Jaboy J Money's up very far here. I feel like they could have potentially looked onto the Udyr. Obviously there is a Mordekaiser. Ooh, Booze Scritch is caught out. Almost there. The Alistair's been such a pain. And so Scritch just kind of has to run. They're making it really tough for this Gwen to even be in this game. Jaboje Money caught under the tower. Gonna take damage. Gonna get pulled back in. Oh, I think this is pretty terrible. Toledo's just gonna run and walk away. But they're gonna get Jaboje Money. Hockey Boys is there in the... Is there? Oh, barely missed out. Toledo barely missed out. Oh, they forced him to stay. They kept him in. Beautiful Q by Toledo. That's a death onto the Mordekaiser. But the only people are Fuel. It's like, it's the people, 2 people in bot lane, but Rise that will get the tower. Rise will just play safe. And the Baron buff is going to push the waves in, but they will be leaving. Dragon is in a minute 40. Scritch, they're going to both take the tower out. That's absolutely okay. Just going to try and get vision here. There's no reason to really look. Oh, the Xayah just need... Xayah probably sniffs danger, realizes it's not safe to be where he is. Just goes back to the mid lane, start push the wave in, get yourself up. Toledo at level 19 right now. Hockey Boys... I don't see Hockey Boys' level. Toledo taking a large chunk of damage from the Vigar. Almost only has 3 damage items, but scales so well right now. Zanya's will obviously be a damage buff eventually. Looks like I think Fuel was trying to back, and I think Xayah might have stopped Fuel's back there, which really won't delay too much before the Drake, but still good nonetheless. Xayah just needs to play pretty safe here. Has ultimate, almost has flash. Xayah's flash is going to be huge for this Drake. This is sole point. Both teams are going to be here, and both teams are going to want to contest this. Hockey Boys with teleport might try to force somebody to match. Toledo is here on the side lane. Rise is not there. This is not exactly when you fight Patty. Gonna get the Rise is gonna go for, or sorry, Nautilus and Alistair are gonna have a little tank fight for supports, but the Nautilus in a good flank position, honestly, to get an ultimate onto like Booze or Fuel, and to just really make it annoying. Gonna clear out the ward instead, which is good. Just keep the vision. Hockey Boys teleporting in. Red team completely falling backwards. Going to have to re-engage in here. Oh, Rise needs to hit his button. He hits his button. Scritch goes over. Oh, it's almost too low. Soul goes to Bandle City. Can Xayah do enough? I don't think they can. It's gonna be... So it's just Soul Point. It's not Elder. Toledo slowed up. Sent into Jaboje Money. Wow. I mean, Fidang really just, unfortunately, cannot step up very far. Might actually be in the Death Realm. Oh, caught back up. Oh my gosh, Xayah. Xayah's doing damage. Oh my gosh. Xayah kills 1. Xayah kills 2. Xayah has, doesn't have flash anymore. Had to use it defensively. No longer able to use it aggressively. So if that was an offensive flash, he could have potentially killed everybody. Huge plays from the Xayah to just stay alive. But so now we have just Rise and Xayah alive, but Hextech Soul is around the waist of Bandle City. It's so close though. This is such a close game. The stun on the way that Xayah is just playing these fights is on a knife's edge, but like beautifully. Unfortunately, probably not gonna have a flash for the next fight because Baron's up now. Scritch playing in top lane, so they know where Scritch is. I think the other team's gonna try and go for Baron. Scritch's gonna take some camps here. We have all the members coming out. I think we're gonna get a Baron fight here. I think this Baron fight might decide the game either way. To be honest, the way that these are such long death timers. Everybody is here. Nautilus is caught out, though. Nautilus is super caught out. Nautilus has flash. Needs to try and flash the wall potentially here. Just goes down, though. Now it's a 4v5 fight. That's a free Baron. It's... The Nautilus with flash did not opt to try and go over the wall. Maybe just didn't... I don't know if he just thought it wouldn't matter. But either way, it has been a very rough game for Nautilus overall. Game is like Toledo is, oh gosh, Oh, Toledo, stop Booz's back. He's doing this, and it's just a death. He's just gonna die, though. Scritch is in here. Nobody else is here. I don't know why Toledo tried to stop their back so much. Now he's just gonna go to a death, and that's really bad. I understand you wanting to stop the backs, but you like stopping the backs with your life isn't exactly what you want to do on the jacks. I would question that. If that feels like desperation, feeling like they have the Baron is just not going to be a good situation, but you know that playing around your Xayah, you can be very strong with her. And that as long as you just kind of let Xayah play away from the Mordekaiser as much as possible, stay away from his ultimate, like, I think this can be fine. Rise with Crypt Bloom, there's no actualizer from him this game, so he has Death Cap, unless they nerfed it really badly. Oh, pretty much caught out, but unfortunately nothing can really come of it on either side. No turnaround, and no full engage. As the Alistar was actually kind of put in a vulnerable position, but is just Alistar. This game is going to be is going to come down to whatever happens here. The Nautilus down to half HP probably should walk away and try and get a heal here. You might have to give up an inhibitor. You might have to give up some towers, but you need to get out with your life. You need to get out with your life. You can't just fight like this. Oh no, Nautilus is dead. Xayah is caught. Xayah has ultimate, but Xayah does not have flash. He's in the realm with Mordekaiser. Will maybe be able to get the kill. Does not get the kill, but does go down. Toledo with a kill. Crypt Bloom proc happens. Toledo gets instantly melted. Scritch with the kill. Rise is doing Rise things. He gets a kill. Scritch is so low, though, he won't be able to really survive. Fuel gets the kill on him. Heal goes to Udyr, and that's the game. Very close game. Very, very close. I think one thing, like, it definitely felt like it felt like there was a little kind of disconnect with in some of maybe there was a little bit of disconnect in the communications from the side of Bandle City at times, and I think like they had such a strong early game where the lanes were really winning, and everything. I also am wondering if they should prioritize getting a jungle champion early. Because in the second, like the Kiana is a permaban, but I could see something like Wukong, so that they would try and prio something like Wukong. In the next game, I'll go back. Sorry, it's on a blank screen. I'll go to the draft screen. But the Veigar turned out to be a very strong pick. Yeah, and Alistar, like, I think a lot of the fights just there was a lot of tentativeness at times, like, or a lot of like, I don't know why I'm exactly here how I got here type of thing sometimes. But yeah, not 100%. Like, I'm curious to see what the adjustments are from Ixtal. We're switching sides. So I will change the icons. But overall, Bandle City just played the mid game very well and was able to take the lead that they gained and balloon it, and even though the Xayah was very much trying to keep this game, was trying to keep the game for the team, but eventually, unfortunately for Xayah, she runs out of item slots. I wonder. I feel like GA might have been okay enough buy, but I guess if Xayah's gonna end up in a spot of dying, then yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that it is that way. Regardless, game 1 was a bit of a banger indeed. It went a long time. It went, I think it went 2 or 3 barons, and it went to a 7th dragon soul point. So, yeah, I think. So yeah, I'm just curious. I don't really know Pat. I don't really know the pool of their support player for sure. Like, I don't really know Patty too well. They didn't seem too comfortable playing Nautilus, as a champion. So I'm wondering if they might want to like figure out like if there is another kind of like comfort support for Patty. Like, especially because after having a game where you go like where you take a lot of deaths, and definitely like didn't necessarily, like, from what I noticed, it seemed like the not like didn't necessarily have the best Nautilus ults, which is, you know, it's a tough ultimate to really use. It just seemed like there might be there's probably there should be potential to have a comfort pick for this next game, for sure. I would definitely not be upset to see a game 3. I like seeing these players play the game. So looks like we're at a bathroom break for now. I'm gonna wait on doing the lull duel until we get to in between games, into the in between stage. But this is the teams from last game, except the teams are reversed. So Ixtal was on the left, Ixtal is on the right, and Bandle City on the left. All right, so it looks like Ixtal is back. So we're just gonna wait on Bandle City. Looks like we have Booze Bash 2 up for Nazuma versus Ionia. Awesome sauce. All right, and Jaboyge, the last person left to come back. Then we shall get into our game 2. With all of these champions gone out of the pool. So, I know that Lord GVH mentioned that Camille would be a bot lane ban, which it is played a lot in bot lane in other situations, but it's going to be perma banned away from Toledo in top lane. I believe that's his best champion as far as I remember. So I do expect to see Camille bans in every game from the side of Bandle City. As well as Kiana against Scritch in the jungle, as that is one of Scritch's probably 3 best champions. So, and the Caitlyn ban as well. Caitlyn a very good champion, like, in general. Definitely has shown up strong in Booze Bash. A very good early pressure champion. I am curious on the side of Bandle City, if we're gonna see misfortune, if we're gonna see like if we're gonna see Jin or Misfortune type of styles of comp for Boozosaurus. He's also I remember he played it the MF last Booze Bash, and he was very, very good on it. I know it's not necessarily a champion he probably plays a ton of. But it's just a champion I believe he's very good on. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Bandle City try to play Misfortune or even Jinx, something like that. Ixtal could also maybe go for like Misfortune as well. There's always worlds where like really strong team fighting ultimates is the way to go for comps for these teams. It's like good team, like we saw that really good team fighting led to really good results in the game. In the last game, I should say. So okay, we're almost into the draft. Okay, they are ready. Draft should be starting here very shortly. I don't think I'm missing any part of the thing. This should just clear out when there's a ready. Because this is fearless. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna reset this. There we go. Gonna drop this over here at the chat so I can see what people are saying. I am curious. Do people think? Do we expect a game 3, or are we thinking that it's gonna be Bandle City in 2? I think obviously I know that Ixtal will have a game plan. Very likely. We're gonna see probably very similar bans. Kane. We're probably going to see a lot of the really strong junglers banned from both sides. Kiana first ban. They might consider not banning one of the previously banned champions. We're going to ban Brand away from Fuel, probably. Also, I want to see Big OO on another comfort. I just trying to get these guys who had rougher games onto comfort champions, getting Scritch on a jungle early, like picking Scritch in 2-3, like maybe seeing who's comfortable dropping. I feel like ADC in this team might feel comfortable dropping potentially. Caitlyn banned, Kiana banned. So the last thing is Camille, and they're gonna ban the Misfortune, which tells me that Ixtal doesn't want to play it. So they want it out of the game. Oh, they left Viego up. Scritch with the instant Viego pick. I love it. That's a really good pick. They banned Malzahar away from Big OO. There must be some reason to leave up the Camille as well. Maybe they just think Toledo won't pick it in the first. No, because Bandle City is going to pick it, apparently. They're going to just pick it themselves. I'm assuming that Toledo will have some form of a counter to this Camille if it's going to go top lane. It can go support. It's honestly, it's a very mechanically intensive support champion though. They could do role swaps where they end up sending Hockey to the bot lane. They're going to run Jin for Booze, and they're going to run Camille either for top or support. But I would guess that's going to Hockey Boys, if I had to guess. Of course, I'm not 100% sure about it. We'll have to see how the rest of the draft plays out. I'm curious what we're going to see. We're going to see a Rel. Okay. So it does seem like Patty does play Engagey supports. We have Rel picked. And I feel like we're going to get our bot laner here. And Toledo is probably going to eat 2 more bans. Could be a mid lane pick and drop the AD. They could pick mid lane. That's also okay. And they're gonna pick Trist. Okay, Tristana Rel. I absolutely love Tristana and Rel as a combination. So I think that's a really good bot lane. Very aggressive. Can punish immobility. Take advantage of. Can just play a kind of aggressively in lane. Jhin doesn't necessarily like aggressive lanes. We're gonna see here what gets picked. This could potentially tell us where Camille goes, or they could pick something else. They could pick jungle. They're gonna pick Xerath. Okay. So Xerath can go mid. I feel like Xerath might be going mid lane for fuel here. A blind Xerath could be a little messy, depending on what could be picked mid lane here, or if it's just going bot lane, it's absolutely fine as a support pick. Because Jhin doesn't mind at all playing with a mage bot laner. But this feels maybe like a fuel pick. Xerath is pretty strong in general, I would say. They're gonna ban Karma. They don't want a Karma mid, I guess. I think now they're gonna start hitting maybe into the mid laners pool. And kind of saying Toledo has such a wide champion pool that we're not really worried about it. Because this Camille could always be a bait, and it could always be a bot lane. It could always be a support Camille. And they could show that later after Toledo picks. And the ban is... no ban. They're going to probably type what the ban is here. A Kali ban. Okay. So a Kali is banned. And Kled is banned. I wonder what Kled could signal. I guess Kled could signal something like... could even signal something like a Renekton pick. Or something even like a... I don't think we'd see Rumble. Diana. Gonna ban Akali, banning Diana away. Just limiting jungler options. And Rammus is the pick. All right, interesting pick in the jungle. They're gonna hide where Camille is going until the very end, because technically there's kind of a double flex. They're gonna wait, but I'm not sure I like this so much. Ahri is a really solid pick here, if I'm being honest. Safe mid laner. In general, doesn't have to extend and do too much at all in the lane. Very good distance gap closing with the rest of the team. This is a dive comp. This team wants to go forward. Let's see what they round it up with in top lane. How they round up their team. And it's gonna be a set lock potentially. Set is locked in for Toledo in the top. So we have a very solid team here. The Rammus will have some decent value. A lot of the champions are AD on this team. But I think a lot of this depends on what this final pick is. I feel like this final pick is obviously going to show the comp, but I think I'm curious. I'm curious what we're going to see. It's going to be a Garen top. Okay, so it is Xerath mid, it is Jhin Camille bot lane, and there's a Rammus in the jungle. We'll have to look and see kind of where players end up putting their positions in the game, because I don't feel like teams are completely locked into their roles, if I'm being honest, as far as I know. But I feel like Camille is a very tough I feel like it's kind of a tough support to play. So I'll be curious to see how this goes. We're just waiting for Toledo to move over. Okay. I think both teams have very interesting comps. Garen has to play Garen will have to play like Set versus Garen's a very interesting matchup. It does feel pretty kind of skill based where like where Set can really kind of lock Garen, like if Set can land an E, can definitely do a lot of damage to Garen. And it's kind of on Garen to like pick his spots for trades, as try to pick good spots for trades. I think I do think it's kind of like I would assume it's probably something like a toss up type of matchup, although I'm not 100% sure. Okay, yeah. In general, it does go slightly in Set's favor. I'm gonna go D2 plus, and it looks like it's decently favored for Set in totality, but not too much. Okay, we're going into the draft, which means that I will be doing the final part of the Laldal, and we will do the skin. Do the splash. Okay. This is Kindred. This should just be Super Galaxy Kindred. No, it's not Kindred. Oh, is this Aurelian then? No, it's not Aurelian. Zoe. This is Zoe. Okay, it is just Zoe. Never mind. What? Is this Arcanist Zoe? Probably. Yep. That looks like an Arcanist skin. Okay, so we did complete it. Okay, so I'm out of... That means I don't have much more to do. But we're not going to have that long. I like that. I like Scritch prioritizing his own pick. And just locking the Viego in, because he knows if he doesn't pick the Viego, that it's gonna get picked by the other team, because boy J Money also plays the champion. So I think that's really smart. And here's the teams all pretty much locked. So I will go get water, and I will be back. It'll be 2.5 minutes until the thing. So we go here. I'll leave the draft up, I guess, so people can see how this came to be. And then I'll studio mode in game for when it happens, and I can change the score. Yes, and for those who might be tuning in a little late, we are currently going into game 2, where Bandle City, the team on our right, currently took game 1 from blue side. So if they win here again, they will take the series 2-0. Yes, I will be back, hopefully before the game starts. Okay, we're back. And I got in just as the game is loading up. God King Garen Mecha Kingdom sets good skins all around, I'll be honest. Just a quick little skin check because we're gonna be in game very shortly here. So we do see Jaboy J Money and Hockey switching roles to play. So Hockey will pilot the Rammus and Jaboy will be playing the Garen. I kind of expect a little bit of like flexibility. That's definitely something that can be very advantageous for a team. I mean, I'll speak to that from how our team had flexibility last season in the same way. We had our top laner and our jungler could both could switch on and off with their roles and they had their own champions that really worked for them. Oh, is there something wrong? I hope I don't crash. Usually does not take this long to get into a game, so I'm wondering if I crashed. That would be really annoying because I don't know if I'd be able to get back in the game if I was to be kicked completely. That's okay. I would be able to spectate a player from my thing. Oh, come on. Okay. Here we go. We're in. Okay, cool. Not gonna give me any special privilege on that. Very good. Probably gonna get obviously standard starts. We'll see which side of the jungle each jungler starts on. And what type of warding we want. Looks like Viego wants to get some wards. Going into the looking for the side of the map. Toledo and Set and Garen are one brush away from each other. I can feel the tension in the air. Toledo's been playing very aggressive early, and both top laners have Ignite this time. So Toledo may want to this time. Like, we'll see how aggressive they both play. Both players running Conqueror this game. I could have potentially seen something like Phase Rush being what Set wanted to, or what Garen might want to play into Set, but I think Conqueror is absolutely fine. Tristana Rel versus Camille Jhin. Definitely not going to be explosive for a while here. Camille probably not going to really want to do much early. Toledo getting level 2 early. Garen not getting hit in the middle of Set's Haymaker. Going to get the silence off, but the trade's going to be just about even. Both top laners literally almost dead at this point. Boo's getting good damage down onto the Rel, who's gonna be chugging pots. Toledo gonna go for the play onto the Garen here, gonna get silenced. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful E-flash. Garen, he flashed after it and got the kill. Garen held his Ignite, so Set probably just wants to get clear here and back. But it's probably okay because Garen won't be there for a while. Although being able to run out with Q is quite good. First blood over to Toledo. Starting off strong, just as he did last game. Now we're going to see the danger of Camille. He does a lot of damage here. Tristana completely locked up. Hockey Boys found out in the jungle, killed Oh, but and it trades. Patty's gonna try and trade onto the support. Gonna go down to Boozosaurus though. I noticed that last game as well, that once that if Feeding died, that Patty didn't really try to just walk away. Scritch kind of caught out here in his jungle. He has Ari there to help. Gonna get the charm off just to allow Viego to walk out. Could get a double crab here. Ari not having teleport. Ari with barrier this game. Not a common build, not a common rune pattern or really anything on the a keystone either, I should say. Where Ari's running Dark Harvest. Oh, gank here onto the set. This should in theory be a kill. Gonna hold the taunt. Gonna taunt there. Toledo's gonna walk out though. He's not gonna get out. Oh my gosh, huge amounts of damage. Wow, the shield saves set. Set survives. Your boy J Money. Toledo not able to get his back off. Looks like we're gonna get a wraparound from the Rammus though. Toledo probably will, as long as Toledo can build a little bit of shield up, probably gonna be able to be fine here. Oh, got the pull. Huge amounts of damage. Hockey Boys dies. Your boy J Money dies. It's a 2-for-0 to set 1v2s. A disaster in the top lane. Holy raw. That was just perfect timing from set. Got both players in there. Got the damage off. Hockey Boys was 100% minion block there, I would imagine. But doesn't have flash, so he can't flash it. He had to use his... He has Ghost instead. Rel probably gonna go down here. Bot lane going a bit better here for Ixtal than it did last game. I really didn't get to see much of the play, unfortunately, as we were just coming over from the top lane dive that happened. Meanwhile, I think mid lane has just been very passive. Great buffer by Tristana. Fuel going to take... Fuel is down probably about half a level in XP at this point. Boo's getting so much damage down on Tristana with the Jhin. Hitting his W's very well. This Tristana and Rel just have to play much more. Just have to kind of understand that they're not the aggressors in the lane at this point, unfortunately. Yule caught out. Ari's gonna ult for this, but Ari's got nobody else for follow-up. Jaboy J Money is proxying and Set is just at the tower. Scritch here with Jaboy J Money. Just gonna be a pain in the butt for this Garen. Garen can't kill. Garen's not level 6. Scritch is just probably going to be able to kill. Oh my gosh, Viego gets a kill. I mean, there is a time and a place to do something like that, and I wonder. I mean, Scritch with a great play there, honestly, to make the Garen pay who had a ward over the wall. But I think Scritch might have just walked out of base. Unfortunately, I was not exactly watching the map to see what was going on here. But this top lane is going swimmingly for Toledo, and Garen now giving up another kill, and that one going to Viego, a very good spot for kills to go this game as well. And there's a big item discrepancy already in this game, in the top side. But Garen on full boots will be able to spin. Will get more attacks off with his spin, so should be able to do good with minions here. Toledo, a bit too far up here. Gonna use his ultimate and everything to get out, but Garen gonna QR. Toledo giving up the... Wow, that's so much damage. Traded back from Tristana with the Patty's just gonna have to dodge. Didn't dodge it, and Booze gets the 4th shot in. Hockey Boy's caught out though. Kill for Scritch onto the Rammus. Gonna look to push Fuel off before probably going down for this crab here. First Drake was taken. by Ixtal. Wow, great charm. Ari getting another Dark Harvest stack off of that, I'm pretty sure. I'll also have to do Dark Harvest stack checks during this game, potentially. Which is not something I really thought would happen, but Gritch having Camille. Camille is so strong for no reason. Holy crud. Like, that's a Camille without like almost any damage. Great ultimate. Probably could look for this. Probably unsure where Camille is, but now that they see it, maybe could have looked for the ultimate here. Ari in a weird spot. Toledo behind the tower, but not in range of the turret. Just gonna opt to grab this stuff here. Has the part of his Ravenous Hydra, has the Tiamat portion of it. I'm not sure if this. I think this might be Titanic Hydra, if I'm being honest, which is a good item for Set. Garen gonna walk out of the way, but Set is gonna grab him back. Gonna land a combo, but not a lot of shield or whatever. I don't know exactly what it's called. But so not a lot of extra damage on the Haymaker. So on Set's W, which if you land it in the little narrow section in the middle, it's more damage than anywhere else. Camille is really looking aggressively here. I don't necessarily think that Rel has to Q first there, but that's probably fine to Q first. That way you don't have to commit if you miss. Game's very even here. Kind of an opposite of what happens in other games. Toledo kind of caught out again here. Gonna use his ultimate. Gets taunted in. Flashes away. Garen flashes in. Garen's Viego's here. Viego Heartbreaker does not get a does get the kill onto Garen, but goes down himself. Fuel caught out. Big OO here, but probably gonna get caught out by Rammus. Does not have ultimate. Does not really have anything, but has a lot of damage. Realistically, Ari could do a lot here. Patty caught the Rel kind of caught out. Gonna go in. Beautiful ultimate. Oh my gosh, they're gonna turn it. Camille flashes out. Booze didn't really have any damage there. Nothing else really going on. Ari might be looking here. Ari's gonna look. Holding all his skill shots. Absolutely fine though. Just gonna Q it, and Hockey Boys goes down. Great find by the Ari. Really love seeing Ari getting ahead. Luden's. I'm a bit surprised by some of the build path, but I guess I don't really know Ari builds to this point. What is Fidang doing there? Forced to burn his stuff and probably now forced to dodge out on Jin shots. Does dodge out of everything. So Tristana gets out alive. Barely out alive, by the way. Jin ult down. Toledo gonna grab your boy J Money. Has full Stride Breaker is the item that was built. Oh, going all in, but does not get a lot of damage. Garen kind of forced back. Rel kind of caught out. Is able to repel the Camille. Toledo is just getting chain ganked by Rammus. It's not the worst thing to do to keep Garen in the game. And I would maybe want to see a little bit more play towards Jin. They're not really mispositioning, but to punish that they're playing very far up in lane a lot of the time. Camille is in, but Camille really can't do anything here. Can really just posture. Really, I think Tristana needs to get. I think that Ari needs to rotate potentially here. Does not actually end up needing to rotate. In fact, probably rotating here might be bad. But Camille is going to be forced to run because Ari is very strong. We'll do a lot of burst damage with that Ludens. Hockey playing a bit aggressively. Scritch is backing up the Ari. Ari's just going to face check. Going to take a ton of damage, forced to ult out. I'm wondering when we're going to start seeing sweepers come in and changing of trinkets from either side. We already have a sweeper for full 2. Nothing else really though. No sweeper yet from either jungler. the bot laners are... Booz is the only bot laner able to actually... Wow. Just Toledo doing great here. Your boy J Money did not have his ultimate, so if he did get pulled back in, he probably could have been fine. Bot lane quest is completed. Toledo's going to get Xerath ulted and live. No ult yet from the Garen, so safe. So still safe there. Strike breaker from both players. Set without full completed boot. Ahri gonna take a lot of damage there from a stun. Scritch. Scritch being a bit daring. I think maybe was probably communicating that he wanted to turn on the Garen potentially and trying to bait. But either way, both play. Oh, Toledo had his back. Remove Ahri. Looking over the wall did have the ward there to spot out the Rammus. Rammus not really in any danger of getting turned on or anything. Rel is just gonna die though. Kill goes over to the Camille. Maybe not exactly what you want to see. Not the end of the world though. That was very far positioning by Booz, but this Camille is so monstrous. This Camille has 3 longswords and like boots and is just insanely strong. I guess so. I mean, I thought Camille would be pretty difficult to play in support, but it doesn't. There's a lot of walls, and when you're landing your W's and making it so insanely easy for your AD carry to start dealing damage and locking down if it's like a Jhin, that like I don't know what it'll be in the later game, but it's definitely has turned the bot lane completely around from what the matchup was last game. I think a lot of this game is going to revolve around Scritch and Ahri playing around for picks with each other because they're both super strong. I am interested. I am curious to see where Ahri goes from a Luden's Tempest with itemization, because Ahri's sitting on like about 3,000 or 1,350 gold. So after back, it'll be very interesting to see kind of what direction we're going in. Boy J Money just gonna get a plate. Looks like they're trying to. Looks like we're contesting Rift Herald. Great stun onto the Camille. I'm really following. Oh, good damage again. Damage onto Scritch. Toledo's here though. There's nobody else really here. The bot lane is backing. They did take full bot tower at this point. So in a gold's just about dead even. I don't know if they really are trying to contest this Rift Herald. Nobody's really going for it. Off spawn now at this point. I think the idea because Booz rotated and Tristana hasn't rotated, they might just be trying to give, in my opinion. They might just be trying to give and just allow Tristana to get free farm in the bot lane. I'm not sure that the Jhin had to necessarily walk all the way down or all the way to mid. It doesn't hurt, but unless they're planning to completely switch lanes, which they probably should just switch lanes now. Oh my gosh, we're having a full fight now. Toledo kind of caught in here. Beautiful amount of damage, but this Ahri is just completely locked. What is going on? That felt like Ahri just was kind of disconnected. I couldn't tell though, but overall, it's a big win in terms of fight for the side of Bandle City, with 2 members going down, Rift Herald going over to them, and it does go to the Camille. I guess Ahri must have been perma locked up by CC. I was kind of waiting for Ahri to move, but had already maybe used all of her spirit rushes. Because they kind of snapped to the fight very quickly. Either way, that's the big win there does give a small advantage in CS, but it's going to be nearly evened up here with the towers being taken. Oh, Hockey Charm, but Not gonna follow, absolutely. That's absolutely fine. Garen's doing a lot of damage, but Set also doing a lot of damage and more. They're really trying to set up for this Baron, but neither top laner, both top laners will have to use their teleports. Nothing really going on here. Both sides just kind of angling at each other, just kind of staring at each other. Looks like Ahri wants to commit into the Rammus. Rammus just gonna get over the wall. Rel is not really in a necessarily great position here to really engage. Probably has to counter engage, to be honest. Scritch is just playing outskirts. Gonna get tagged up by Garen. Nothing really too big though. Garen losing his battle, but both top laners aren't gonna really be here. Scritch gets pushed off by the Camille. A great job by Camille. Gonna lock up the Tristana. Lots of damage coming in. Overall, it's just gonna be the support going down. It's gonna be a 1-for-0 in the favor of Bandle City. Oh my gosh, the stun. Toledo getting a lot of damage out, but taking so much in return, getting silenced under the turret. Set is really playing with fire here. Set definitely playing very confidently and aggressively without really seeing what the team was doing there is fine, but he's like playing under turret against Garen, which nearly bit him again. Especially because we've seen that Rammus loves to be with his Garen, because it's just perfect setup for Garen to stun and spin and ult. To silence, spin, and ult, sorry. I'm also wondering when we're gonna start. I think they maybe want Tristana to be side laning for this team, which makes a lot of sense. Has completely caught up to Jhin and farm here. Which is really good considering Tristana is quite a bit of ways down. Jhin going, they're gonna go after Toledo here. I mean, this is pretty okay. Boy J Money does go down. Hockey Boys is forced to run. Uses Ghost, so just probably not even gonna go towards the mid lane. Just gonna walk the jungle. Scritch is here. Oh, Scritch gets the catch out. Patty's also here. Gets the stun. Relo, beautiful Relo. But no one's really here to follow. There's no Tristana. Great. I mean, overall, lots of abilities used, but it's absolutely fine. Both they did not lose a single player on Ixtal's side. Bandle City, the Tristana is gonna push up and will get met by the Xerath. Maybe a little far up. Looking for a Baron start. That's very risky. That's very risky. But now Tristana is gonna have a Rammus that's eventually gonna want to run towards Trist, but in the end, it looks like that Rammus is just gonna try and farm. There's nothing really that Scritch can do here, so just gonna overall opt to go back into his jungle. Not really a whole lot to do. Maybe wants to back up the Tristana. Looks like we're just gonna get a back though in the end. Gonna find out the Rammus where he is, and that's a good thing to note. There's 2 minutes left until Drake, and Baron is up at the moment, obviously. So I'm really interested to see when we start getting blue trinkets from the AD carries. Actually, I think they both have it already. If I'm not I might be mistaken. I think they both have it, but I can look. Yeah, false sight. No, stealth ward and a stealth ward. So Beating hasn't quite bought a blue trinket. Just has yellow, but Jhin has a blue trinket. They are actually they're actually here at the Drake, and however, everybody is in the area, so probably just baiting. Oh, this Rel is caught. Rel flashes into the Jhin ability. Beautiful taunt, or beautiful ability usage, but just not going to be able to get in. However, it's absolutely fine. Huge play by Toledo. Toledo gets booze onto Fuel. Booze goes down. Huge plays. Fuel's just kind of caught out. Gets charmed up by the Ahri and killed. Double kill for the Ahri. Garen was in the top lane the whole time. Scritch should just go with Tristana to take the Drake, and you can send Ahri to go defend, or you can send Set. But I think Set's gonna want to take tower. Trading mid for. Oh. Looks like just trading mid tier 2 for bot tier for top tier 2. Maybe also potentially also for Camille, but they do take the Baron. Everybody has it on the other team. So overall, a really good play. Ixtal has turned this game back to even with Baron buff. Let's see what they can do with it. Mid lane is taken. They do have Baron here. Toledo is an absolute monster on this set. He caught the Camille out, but he's not gonna use Haymaker. He's gonna save it. Hockey Boy is also in an awkward position. Does have the Ahri here. Toledo is getting targeted. Wow! He just one-shot him! Holy crap, the blood mail, so much damage. He did get his full blood mail, so that's just an insane amount of damage. Couple of sit-ups before Set goes ahead and takes this Drake with the team. Rel is going to go back to the mid lane with the Tristana. Very good. That charm was really nice as well, indeed. Ahri going straight Ludens into death cap. That is a lot. And now we're going to go probably for Crypt Bloom here, if I had to guess. I don't know if we necessarily need the Crypt Bloom. Wow. Lots of damage from Fuel. Peckering all that damage in. Oh, they're really trying to go here onto Scritch, but just going to get stopped. I mean, Vrel can jump over the wall. Vrel does get over the wall. Huge. Great job by Paddy to get over the wall there. I think that was potentially flash burned. I'm not 100% sure. Oh my gosh, Ahri taking so much damage from this. From this Horizon focus of Xerath. Ahri will get the back off in time. Just in time before they were about to get collapsed on by 4 members of Ixtal. Now the lead has flipped and it's now 1k gold lead. Very close. Very, very close game. Every fight can each fight is gonna swing the gold either way, but really, wow. And yeah, Toledo is just an absolute monster this game at 2 levels up on the Garen. This game has unfortunately not gone the way of that they wanted, but Toledo is really big, but he has such a big amount of shield. Paddy, beautiful ultimate by the Rel. Like, I mean, I know it's on one player, but like, you really, really, really want to protect your carries. You cannot let the Rammus get in on your carries, if I'm being honest. So, really well played. To just make it so it's harder on the Rammus to get in and taunt. Lots of damage from this Xerath, but his Q is on cooldown. Ult comes out from the Jhin. Just gonna try and scare the team off for now, and will do so. Nobody's jumping in yet. Stun lands onto Toledo. No other damage does. Paddy's slowed up. Paddy's stunned. But overall, this Rel, beautiful stun that's gonna maybe lead to Jaboy J Money getting caught out, but he doesn't. He gets over the wall. The Ahri over the wall. The ignite goes out. Wow, Toledo, so much damage onto Buzosaurus. The Hextech ultimatum used onto Ahri does end up with a kill. Tristana still over the wall. Scritch over the wall. Toledo also taking so much damage, but Toledo is living. Wow, so much heal. Crypt Bloom heal coming in. I don't think there's another Crypt Bloom, so I don't know exactly what's going on, but either way, so much heal, and that should be the end. A swift end for Ixtal. 1 base push ends the game. And we are going to a game 3, ladies and gentlemen. I believe I have to do a coin flip, that means, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Okay. Let's go over here. I'll pull up a coin flip. coin flip is here. We will flip. Heads is the call. I will leave this up on the stream. Okay. So it looks like we're staying same sides. I feel like blue side favors. I feel like personally that this is fine. I feel like this is a situation where this is where both teams want to be. I think if the early game was played a bit cleaner early on, it could have been a lot more difficult for that Bandle City could have really run away with the game potentially. So I will just show the tails up on the screen. We have a swap. We have a side. We do have side swap at some point there, but not. I'm just getting so many messages. Okay, go ahead and enter. It's the same exact sides. So this time I shouldn't miss any of the draft because I've already flipped over. Awesome. Okay, we're in. Brand immediately banned. Tiana. I think it's going to be very similar to the same bans. Obviously, now Camille is no longer in the bans, and neither is Viego, as both champions have been played. Lilia banned. They're going to now try to hard target Scritch's pool probably here. Brand, Kane, MF, excellent bans. And Wukong. Okay. This could lead to decent number of first picks. Maybe not even a jungle first pick, but maybe you don't want to leave it. Oh my gosh, yeah, Caitlyn. Absolutely. Fidang is going to get the Caitlyn. So they banning and trying to target Scritch's pool, they've left Caitlyn open. Tristana maybe wasn't the most important champion of the last game, but the Xayah in game 1 was an absolute menace and just barely fell short of keeping his team alive in game 1. Senna for Bandle City. Maybe we're to see something like a Senna Cho or a Senna Ornn or Senna Tom. Maybe a Senna Seraphine lane. That's another possibility. So we'll see what teams want to opt for. Senna and Leona. Very interesting. Oh, Swain. Okay, there we go. Swain. I like the Swain pick. Booz is a good Swain player. And the Caitlyn, they hover the Leona, they don't pick it. And Ixtal immediately is like, oh, Leona. Leona's a champion. I'm personally a decent fan of Leona into Swain because I feel like it's not terrible, and you can kind of build to, I guess, like with Senna and Swain, you can't necessarily build to just eat Swain's damage, but I don't know. I feel like the stuns, the constant ability to kind of live, and you're not maybe taking too much damage all the time. But the real thing is that Caitlyn outranges Swain by a lot. Senna will eventually potentially even be as rangy as Caitlyn, if not more, but I'm not so sure. Anyways, Caitlyn Leona versus Senna Swain in the bot, and I would expect to see Ooh, Amumu. I love that pick. I love the Amumu from Scritch. Just playing big and tanky. Definitely definitely a great pick in my opinion. So see what Bandle's final pick is here. We could see their they could try and pick jungle. They could just go for a mid laner here. Aatrox. That smells like a Jaboy J Money Aatrox, but I'm not 100% sure. They're gonna pick Aatrox and then ban top laners for it. In my opinion, they're gonna ban away some of Toledo's picks into Aatrox, potentially, or just good matchups into Aatrox in general. Because I mean, it is generally a good pick. Fiora, yeah, Fiora's a good ban. On Ixtal's side, they can focus on banning out mid laners and junglers. So I'd be curious. Maybe they want to ban something like Warwick, like they banned in the early games. They could do almost any number. They could again just try and tighten up. Just try to tighten in on Fuel's pool of champions, and they're gonna take Olaf away. Don't want to see Olaf jungle. That is absolutely a reasonable pick. Kled and Fiora. I am curious what the pool, but what type of mid lane pool we have left. We have Silas being banned away. Absolutely good. You don't really want Silas jungle to come in and all of a sudden have Leona ultimate or a Mumu ultimate. It also just frees you up to pick like really strong champions with really strong ultimates in general as well. I don't think we're gonna see like a Malphite here at all because you need damage. Scion. Wow, it's an Aatrox jungle or a Scion. It's a Scion jungle or an Aatrox jungle, and it's probably pretty flexible. I guess I would guess it's just an Aatrox in the jungle. It could be a Swain. You know what? It could be Swain mid. The Swain could still go to Fuel, in my opinion. Obviously, it is Aatrox and Scions going in their lanes. Irelia top, I would assume, going into an Aatrox or Scion. And the final pick for Ixtal to round out the comp. Let's see what we want in the mid lane. It's going to be Aurelion Soul. So some wonderful scaling for Ixtal with a decent amount of mid game with Irelia. Amumu CC is good at all times of the game, to be honest. And Aurelion Soul does ramp. Doesn't really have like early game, not the best. If Azol can survive the early game, it'll be fine. I'm wondering what this last pick is, though. If we're picking, I guess we're giving counter to mid, if I had to guess, but I don't think Ixtal has any particular counters. And we're just going to get a Lissandra. Not exactly what I was expecting, but we'll see. I wonder if this is like some counter pick that I don't really know about. I haven't really heard anything about this matchup. Not really. Probably just comfort. If I had to. So we're gonna have slight wait for drinks. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I got bugged again. I'm just gonna have to be on top of the bugs. Well, they need to know Oh my goodness, I got bugged. I'm so sorry, everybody. Either way, we're getting into the game. Does look like it's going to be Jaboy on the Aatrox and Hockey on the Scion. It's going to, yeah, Booz is going to pilot the Senna. Probably, maybe not. I don't know where their positioning was. I do think that they're probably going to switch positions, so Booz is the support is the Senna support, which is kind of how you play her. You put her at the support role, and you have Swain do your farming. But I don't know who is in what position by the end of the thing, so I'm not 100% sure who's playing what. Either way, we got about 2.5 minutes left. I will be right back again. Okay. Fine. Oh, we got going to game 3. There's a chance that the other match just takes. That like the other match just almost could end before us. Not 100% sure though. Is anyone even? Oh yes, people is casting it. It's Dandy. Or somebody is casting it at least. But they're just not in the Discord. Either way, this is going to be an exciting game completely. All right. I think in terms of, I think that Ixtal, I think that Bandle City's comp is a little bit potentially harder to execute, but might have a higher ceiling of what it's able to do. And I think that Ixtal's comp is definitely, outside of like the Aurelia, everyone else is kind of not that difficult. Maybe not the most difficult to pilot. Amumu, Leona, Caitlyn is so much CC, which will allow for Caitlyn and Aurelian Soul to deal damage from the outside of the fight. The other side doesn't, like, Scion, Aatrox, Lissandra do have counter engage. It's not the most consistent potentially. Honestly. But Oh, it's sorry. Never mind. It's a Lysandra top. I guess I missed that. Never mind. It's Scion mid versus Aurelion Source. So I will put up the I will transition to the game. I did not get that correct. But this game I go all the way to like. There we go. Okay, we're now at the start. Objectives up. And time down. Hockey. So Lysandra versus Aurelia. Toledo will definitely have to work. Okay, it is Booze playing from the AD position. I guess you can play Senna as the AD carry, but I'm not used to it. I would have been. I'm a bit surprised that we're not seeing Booze play from the support position. As that is where Senna is typically kind of play from. Toledo is taking a lot of damage from Hockey. It does feel like Toledo is really heavy trading early in the games, and this is gonna cost him like potentially quite a lot of resources with Lysandra being able to hold the waves the way that she's already holding them. Okay. Caitlyn with a lot of good early damage onto Swain. That's what we're really looking at pushing very hard. Got the level 3 before, but can't really engage on it. Well, Boo's doing a great job. Patty gonna take a tower shot. Flash away from the Leona. Caitlyn hasn't flashed yet or used barrier. Barrier flash there. Great block by the Leona, but it's gonna be a flash Q. Everyone's using everything on the other team. Except for Leona's Leona could get the kill if she does. Leona trades onto Booze. Kills go 1-1 for the bot lane. Swain getting a kill is not bad by any means, because Swain will be building damage this game. Oh my goodness. Toledo's so aggressive. Jaboy J Money's here on the Aatrox. Does lock it up and gets the kill. The aggressiveness of Toledo has been punished. Just because the other early games have gone superbly. I'm surprised he hasn't been trying to take this much less aggressively on Aurelia. I guess it's just his playstyle. He's a very aggro player at all times. I like that Aurelion Sol is just playing this game very like slowly. Just gonna ramp. The main thing is that Scion is kind of in a safe enough lane for Scion. For sure. Now, Toledo does have Ignite and Hockey doesn't. Yeah, Hockey's doing a great job. Wow, Toledo taking tower shots. I mean, I know he's been taking tower shots on like set and stuff, which like he has the ability to kind of shield. Taking tower shots on Aurelia early does not seem great. I'm surprised that we weren't. I guess we were just trying to get out of the way of the Scion's Q there. Of course, he used potions. Fuel is level 6, so if he was to get a stun, he could, in theory, ult. Great flash away. Fuel's gonna take some damage, but he does get Aurelion Sol's flash, and Aurelion Sol's ultimate early isn't great. The Senna lane's honestly doing a great job of trading back. Damage is still down a couple of waves of CS, but it's still doing fine in my opinion. They are, if anything, a little. They're like slightly ahead. with a slight lead. So it's about a 1k gold lead stretched across the entire map. Scritch going in on Hockey. Hockey Boy does have ultimate. Could potentially turn this around. Toledo unable to land his ability. I don't think you ever want to try and dive Aurelia. You do not want to dive Lysandra here with ultimate. So they're not going to. Just going to walk out. Fuel is doing so much damage to this Aurelian Soul, who is getting slowed down a lot. Oh wow, great play by Leona. Just gonna soak up damage and just be a general nuisance. Great movement from the side of great movement by Caitlyn. Toledo going for the ultimate, Hockey just dodging out. So Aurelia no longer has ultimate for the time being. Does look like they maybe look like with a Mumu ultimate they're gonna look for some more stuff here. I think Toledo needs to worry about just getting ulted here by Hockey Boys, which looks like that was the ultimate. Oh, but it's getting turned back around. Toledo does get the kill, but trades. Aurelian Soul is so close to death. Swain might not have the mana to ult. Because one thing I'm noticing is that Cecil is definitely not using. I'm very surprised with not bringing teleport for mages, or even ignite on Ahri. But at the same time, barrier is fine. It does create a surprise potential where, like, if you just think, oh yeah, my opponent is just like gonna be a more common keystone, then like you won't expect the extra health. Swain is up here for the Swain is up here to help with grubbies in 5 seconds. But so is Patty. Good ultimate coming out there. Just going to deal some damage. Toledo's going to go in. Hockey Boys force out. Scritch does have ultimate here. Just going to fly away. Leona's going to eat the Swain. It's going to eat everything. Going to get completely locked up. Leona will go down to Jaboy J Money. That is a kill for the Aatrox. Swain going to lock up. Oh, great call by Aurelian Soul. Great usage of the plant to get over the top. Looks like no contest from Scritch. She's just going to take blue buff. And Caitlyn and Senna are just kind of farming away in the bot lane at the moment. Aurelian Soul is just going to be looking to scale, but he's been getting poked so much by the Scion that he's actually like he's nearly like 10 CS. That he's 10 CS down. This is nearly 15. Hockey Boys and Jaboy J Money going in here on Toledo. This is so far up for the Aurelia. I don't know if this is where you want to be. Probably going to force the flash out. Great root, great stun. Just complete chain CC. Flash out. Great job. Oh, beautiful ultimate by the Amumu just to save his top laner. But yeah, Fuel is just taking advantage of being a beefy Scion. My bad. I still have music playing. It's not even being played through the thing, probably, but all good. I have music playing in my ears, but not in yours. Okay. Caitlyn out to a massive lead in CS. Actually, about even up. Even though they are a kill down, they're like 30 CS up and doing a lot. Leona, maybe not feeling the most amazing right now. They will see the ward, but it will not necessarily work. I'm surprised that Leona did not sweep there. In response, I guess they just kind of know. They don't really want to burn their sweeper here, potentially. Maybe with Drake up in a minute, we want to save it to sweep more wards later. Either way, this Aatrox is absolutely massive right now, and I don't know if a Mumu wants to contest. Mumu is very far. Mumu is quite down in CS right now, as he's been kind of been helping in different parts of the thing. Just gonna get locked up though. Scritch is gonna go down, and that's just free Drake now. Just got walked up on and with no rotation. I feel like Caitlyn probably understands that the win condition isn't necessarily for her to do a whole lot right now. Has Hex Optics, so it's very strong, full item. They're gonna give Drake now. Probably, but Caitlyn can't really push too far up because with Drake probably gonna get done pretty quickly. Almost able to stun Hockey as he ends. Doing this Hex Optics is gonna do so much damage to Senna if Caitlyn can auto her. They are looking to go bot lane here. Caitlyn is gonna have flash, so nothing should really be worrisome here. Leona needs to ult here. Beautiful ultimate from Leona. Get her out. Gets rooted. Gets pulled back. Senna ultimate comes out. Patty's there, but I think this could just be a return kill. 1 kill for Caitlyn. Is it 2 kills for Caitlyn? Caitlyn flashes. Is able to keep the Swain at bay. Oh my gosh. Barrier from Caitlyn comes out. Oh my gosh, just barely misses. Sion is here though. Sion gets the kill onto the Caitlyn. Leona getting one of the kills and Caitlyn getting a kill. Scritch is here, locks up Hockey Boys. Great job coming in there. Oh, great ultimate from Hockey Boys. Toledo not able to really do much with it. Not gonna get a lot out of it. Rod of Ages from the Aurelion Soul gonna start scaling right now. Starting to do more and more damage as we go along. Honestly, I'm not sure I would be. I'm not sure I would. I'm pretty sure I'd be actually a bit okay actually just burning my ultimate for just to cycle. I'm not sure how ASOL works though. So that might just be a very bad idea. And I'm just trolling with my comments. But anyways, Aurelion Soul and both ASOL and Sion looking towards level 11. The Swain roaming up there. They could have go button. They should in theory have just gone in on the Senna here. Probably have a kill. I'm surprised they're not pulling the trigger. Did not go for the E first. I think an E first by the Leona there. That's just something that comes with a little bit more knowledge of Leona. That you can lock her up. If you can lock her up super quickly right away, you don't have to use your ultimate first. You can use your ultimate to reapply. You can go E lock up stun, and then you can in Q stun and then use your ultimate. Sometimes you want to ult when they're farther out and you can't Q. Swain has ultimate, but this is a bad position for them. Swain is... Oh, they're just going in on Boozosaurus in the bot lane. They are completely taking us away from the bot lane fight, though. Especially there's a teleporting Sion in here. Scritch really not doing all that much, and he's going to end up dying to Boozosaurus, and this is going completely sideways for Ixtal. Bandle City with a great fight there. This Swain is a raid boss. I don't know why it took me away from the fight, to be fair. They were going up to the top lane to watch Toledo die. I think this has not been a great game for Toledo in general here. Very early, the early aggro really didn't pay off, unfortunately. Especially into a Lissandra lane. Obviously, probably not expecting just to be a Sion mid in a Lissandra top for Hockey. But it's worked out really well. Where the bot lane has been able to just keep themselves going, but the Swain is much more stronger than his counterpart in bot lane. But Leona can turn the fight very well. Alright, as we have Drake in about a minute, we have Rift Herald up. Rift Herald was taken up on spawn by Aatrox. The Amumu pick, I like the Amumu pick. It just hasn't quite worked out this game so far, unfortunately. They are going in now. Great ultimate. Your boy J Money caught out. Scritch probably gonna have to try and hit a Q. Maybe they can restun up. Maybe they can restun up fuel. Okay, we're gonna keep the Q there. But the Swain is right here. This is just a disaster. This is a full, huge wipe for the other team. Hockey Boys teleports into mid lane. Aurelion Sol has to leave. Caitlyn and Senna are battling. Caitlyn will win this fight in the end. So, Caitlyn gets a kill onto Senna, but the other team is going to get one if not two towers potentially here. As the Swain was just there, probably playing out of vision, and then really did well there. We're really going to need to see Aurelion Sol ramp very quickly here, because on the other side they are very strong already. This Aatrox is sitting with a lot of gold in pocket, is carrying a lot of the gold leaf for this team. Scritch is here. Scritch could potentially go over the wall. I'm not sure he really wants to try and bother. I don't think it's that necessary. That would have been actually a decent enough time for the Leona to go in. Scritch doesn't have ultimate though, so they're just trying to zone off. Toledo going in. I don't think they really want to take this fight here. Leona is getting caught out by a lot of Swain grabs, not doing a great job at dodging away. It is usually pretty difficult to avoid never sleeps. But this Swain is this Scion's very, very tanky. Swain going immediately for... I mean, I imagine that Swain will go for Rylai's now. Because as it stands, if he goes for his ultimate, the other team could just essentially just walk out. As long as they're not already full committed. But if Swain holds his ultimate, it's just rough. Okay, well, that's good. They're catching Swain out, or catching Scion out, my apologies. Swain's already there. And wow, Ixtal doing a ton of damage here. Hockey dodges the ultimate. Gonna use his own ult. And it looks like Ixtal's just in the bush and is just going to get the kill. Hockey could barely not see him. Did not get a ward in the brush at all. So, able to get out the flash. Did use barrier himself. Oh, we're just going to turn on to Swain here. I like that. I do like that. I don't know why we didn't try to leave, unfortunately. I felt like it felt like he was really just looking for tower. But maybe he was just in a really bad position as was and just decided to do his best to get some damage onto the Aatrox. Either way, kill goes over to the Aatrox as Aurelion Sol is sent back to the fountain. But that's a big buy of Lost Chapter in this, so we're gonna get Leandri's Torment. Very likely. Could potentially be black. The other item? My apologies, I don't know the name of it. Scritch was definitely looking there to get onto somebody. Leona on a bit of a flank position, but your boy J Money's here. This Leona not quite caught out yet. Oh, instant flash. So that's really good for Bandle City. Able to get Leona's flash in a defensive manner, so that way you don't see Leona just flashing in, or being able to get in flash range of an ultimate, something like that, if she wants to use it that way. But this Aurelion Sol is scaling super well. Nice and tanky. And dealing a lot of damage as well. Looks like Aatrox wants to go in, but just gonna walk away. Overall, the Aurelion's not doing a terrible job. The good scouting by Aurelion Sol is able to get out of the pull-in from Aatrox. Looks like they were maybe trying to go there, which would have maybe been a bit disastrous. There was enough turnaround. But with Aurelion Sol and Aurelia not really there to back up, you're really just 3 damage dealers versus 2. Unless you can absolutely blow up somebody from the other team instantly, which Caitlyn is at her lull point right now, to be honest. So it's not the best situation for her. but still fine. Caitlyn, I think Caitlyn will be absolutely fine this game. Probably going to advance through her phase of downtime really quickly. They're really trying to kill this Ixtal for some reason. It's not the best plan. I mean, this Aatrox is wasting a lot of time, in my opinion. They are gonna get the tower, but I feel like Fuel could have just gotten the tower on his own there, if I'm being honest. I feel like it's a little bit too much downtime for Aatrox, where Aatrox doesn't have a ton of camps up, but hovering over with mid lane, really trying to stop like a Mumu from getting into the Drake. Especially now that he's had back. He's like I think Caitlyn's positioning super well here. Both sides positioning well. The Scion is a real menace in this game. Very beefy with 2 items, Unending Despair plus Radiant Hollow Radiance. Still going to take a lot of damage from the Caitlyn and the Aurelia. Aurelia with a Wit's End too. I think you pull the trigger here. Leona missed her ability. Does clip. That does clip. But unfortunately, the Swain is alive, but Swain's ultimate is done. Swain ultimate being down is absolutely massive, though. That means they don't have this for Drake, which means that, oh my gosh, Aurelian soul damage. Holy moly, ultimate's gonna come in. Will it kill? It does! Swain is killed. That's a big shutdown. They're gonna trade Drake. They're trading Drake for Baron, potentially here. Looks like the other team probably gets it. Fuel's gonna be the front line. They are gonna get the Baron, and I believe they're gonna get out. Fuel might not get out because Aurelian Soul is literally stopping him from doing anything. Almost kills. Otherwise, I don't think they're gonna catch anyone else. So there is 4 Barons up now on the side of Bandle City. The gold lead is about 3,000 gold. It's been hovering around 3,000 gold for a lot of this game. Aatrox is really trying to be a pain in the butt for this. Oh my gosh. Jungler versus ADC. Love now. Oh, poor Caitlyn. Caitlyn's very strong this game too, but your boy J Money, literally the same amount of gold, just bodied the Caitlyn. Like, Caitlyn's full 3 items, and probably doesn't have a lot of gold for the rest, but for 3-item Caitlyn now will be doing a lot of damage. They're using the Baron buff pretty well here. I think you probably want to feed a lot of this to your Ixtal. Just get him as many sacks as possible. I don't know what we're doing. He's trying to chase down the Swain. Swain's just going to ult. Great stun. Great stun again. Kill goes to the Aurelian Soul. I think at this point you probably just want to put the Ixtal in a lane, but you just want to let Ixtal be in the lane by himself and get as many stacks as possible. They are rotating for this bot lane, which they could get caught. There is no Amumu ultimate left though. But we have the okay. Ooh, Leona caught out. Leona did catch out. Double stun up. Caitlyn's not auto attacking anybody here. Toledo is here though. Toledo's here. Missed the ultimate though. Caitlyn dies. Do we have more fight? We do not have any more fight. Scritch with no ultimate means they can't really go. Patty's gonna get barely not pulled in. Boozosaurus and Hockey Boy's hitting the tower. Ixtal is doing a lot of damage to Fuel when Fuel isn't really right up on him. He's not dodging out the abilities. He's going to take a full-fledged Q from Scion. So just getting chunked and chunked. Forcing... I mean, if I'm like... Yeah, Aurelian Soul's kind of forced to back here, and Scion will take tower. Another tower gone. It's a big tower discrepancy. A lot of this gold there. The lead was 3,000, and now the lead has doubled in the time that they've had Baron buff. It is expired. I now believe it's now expired, so they won't just be able to mercilessly push towers. But this should in theory help out Ixtal to get some resources back. Aurelia and Aurelian Soul in the same lane is not what you're looking for. I think Aurelia will just go up to the top lane here. The Leona playing kind of on her own and just kind of wandering. I feel like Leona needs to be in the mid lane, helping out the Aurelian Soul to not get jumped on, potentially. Yeah, now they're probably gonna lane swap Caitlyn. They're gonna swap again, and I guess Caitlyn's gonna go towards. Oh, Caitlyn's just grabbing red buff. So definitely good. I think you just put the Aurelian Soul against the Lysandra and just let him farm. And you just let the Aurelia, even though she's like maybe not as strong as the Scion in terms of like fighting, like because Scion's just so tanky, but it's a free lane for Aurelia to get free farm. And for Ixtal, it's a free lane for him to get farm against the Lysandra. And free stacks. They are flanking. Good flash out from Leona. Scritch is here as well, though they can't really go in. Patty goes for the stun, does get caught up, does end up going down, but Scritch is gonna trigger ultimate, not really get anything out of it. 2 players go down. We're getting wallet checked here. It feels like 3 item. Aatrox is doing a ton of damage. Aurelian Soul was not able to dodge out from the thing, but that's a huge ultimate. Boozosaurus will, in theory, be able to get this locked up consistently. Your boy J Money is healing so much, but Aurelia gets the kill. Shutdown goes to Toledo on the Aurelia. That's a lot of gold in her pocket. Is maybe going to be able to use this to maybe try and make her way over to the Senna. Not gonna really go in on fuel here. Just gonna take the stuff. Gonna maybe try and brush check here. Oh my gosh! I think if it's like they didn't quite know that Caitlyn was there backing. I was very close. Toledo is I guess trying to really chase down on fuel here. Will be able with Bork should be able to do a lot of damage. Just gonna back away. They're really right on top of a ward. That's so they know Leon is there. The Drake has started. Toledo's just running distraction. Does get on Boozosaurus. Are we gonna get an ultimate? We are not. Toledo is probably just gonna go down here. Instantly goes down. Boozosaurus gets that kill. Caitlyn or Scritch kind of caught out. Aurelian Soul is in here though. Looks like Swain's gonna go down to Aurelian Soul. Boozosaurus also in a not great position. Will go down to Aurelian Soul as well. Big plays. This Aurelian Soul is absolutely massive this game. Patty, I think great ultimate from Hockey, but I don't think it saves him. Yeah, Aurelian Soul getting so many kills, but but Will end up going down to Jaboy J Money. So it's a 4 for 3. The last remaining member is Caitlyn, who unfortunately hasn't been able to get much more for itemization, but does now have good items. Yeah, game 2 was pretty quick. It was about a 27-minute win for Ixtal. Very efficient. There was a bit of a wait between games 1 and 2. So it was probably just about the same amount of time with the break. They got right into game 3, and it's going really well for Bandle City. Caitlyn's so far ahead, it feels like, but has a lot of gold, but isn't really able to use her gold. But Senna has a lot of gold as well in general, just like passive gold from other things happening. Toledo did a great job there with Scion, but this Caitlyn is just in a rough position, getting pulled around by the Scion. Did not dodge. Ooh, wow, really good damage by Toledo. Should, in theory, get the kill here onto the Scion. It's just getting beaten down by Aurelia. Gonna just try and be zombie Scion and gonna try and do something. Just gonna take minions instead, obviously. They're going for Baron here with the 80 carry down, with the Aurelia in the top lane. Probably needing to teleport. Probably should just TP in, if I'm being honest. Great ultimate from the Aurelian Soul. This Aurelian Soul is big. This Aurelian Soul is doing so much damage to people. Oh my gosh. So much damage from the A-Soul. Senna ult comes in. This is turning around. This A-Soul doing so much damage. They need to kill Jaboy J Money. They need to kill this Aatrox. He's healing so much damage. Hockey Boys goes down. Toledo is in the fight. This is going the way of Ixtal. Huge fight. Jaboy J Money's still living. He's just doing so much heal. This is crazy. The Aatrox heal is so much. But he's gonna die. He's gonna die. Wow. Oh my gosh. That was such a roller coaster fight. What? Jaboy. What is this heal? Aatrox is broken. Oh my gosh. Fuel has teleported in. Fuel has teleported in. He's just gonna get... But he's gonna... Oh my gosh, no! The Aurelion Soul got caught! Has to flash over the wall! He has no flash in the next fight, that means, but that's okay. The flash! Oh no, he just needed to run away. He could have run anywhere. Because he's Ixtal, but he ran right towards Sion. Sion, kind of with a prediction. Caitlyn, not in a great spot, needs to just make sure she does not get pulled. Caitlyn getting absolutely pulled around by Sion this game, to be honest. This does kind of feel like Aatrox versus Aurelion Soul. It's really crazy, if I'm being honest. Fuel was dead for that last fight, by the way. He got killed he got run down by Toledo in bot lane. Hi, Sarah. Oh my gosh, look at this damage from the Ixtal. Look at this damage from the Ixtal. He does die, though. He dies, though. Unfortunately for him, he was a little too caught out there. I think he was trying to be a little too aggressive, and without his team kind of being around. That should feel costly, but it just seems like they want to go for towers. I feel like that was a free Baron. I guess they maybe didn't trust... Because Toledo, they may not have trusted they may not have trusted they would have a clean Baron take, so they wanted to try and go for the mid tower. They only got, like, they got one... They did get one... And Caitlyn, now Caitlyn has Lord Doms, so gonna be doing a lot of damage to the tanks. I'm surprised no mortal potential. There's no heal cut. I think that's a big thing. There is no heal cut on this team, besides Amumu. So there's no like passive appliance of anything on Jaboyge, and the other team is just getting ready for Drake. So they're gonna trade Drake for a Baron, and that's a terrible trade at this point in the game, if I'm being honest. Especially because we have seen that I've seen that Bandle City is really good. Last time it was a 3k gold lead to start, now it's a 4k gold lead. If they could double again, wow, Patty just going absolutely in. Does not hit a single carry besides Jaboy J Money there. This is not very good. Ixtal, not very close. No one's really close. They're zoning out. Scritch dodges. Scritch has ultimate still. Could potentially turn this with Aurelion Soul when Aurelion Soul has his ultimate back up at the big ultimate. Oh, really weird. Oh my gosh, that's... Oh, huge ultimate. Double ults. That's a huge combo. Booz is dead. Swain is dead. Jaboy J Money is running for his life. Fuel is running for his life. What a catch out. I think... Oh, Toledo's going to go on to Jaboy. He also has lifesteal, I guess, but I'm not sure this is... Oh, it's working out. Holy moly, Jaboy J Money does have Maw of Malmortius proc. I guess that's Wit's End. I'm not 100% sure how his Maul got procced. But I guess it's just health in general and not magic damage taken. Because I don't really know. Yeah, it's just taking magic damage. Yeah, magic damage. So it must be something from Wit's End dealing extra magic damage. I don't remember what that item 100% does. Let's read it. It deals magic damage on hit. Okay. Toledo was running for his life. Oh my gosh, rooted up. Scritch absolutely slammed on. The boy just full health! That's absolutely wild. He's full health. Yeah, Aatrox is a raid boss this game. Almost full build. It's gonna take a lot. They're gonna have to fully lock him up. And then make sure they lock him up and then lock him up again and to finally kill him. Caitlyn in a really not so great position. I don't get why there's no passive heal. Why there isn't passive like heal cut from the team. It feels like that needs to be done this game because if it's just Scritch active application of grievous wounds. I feel like Mortal probably would have been maybe a better buy than Lord Doms here potentially, but again, I know I'm not the all. You know, I feel like that's the case. Either way, Bandle City doing a great job with the minions, just letting the big minions do their job. Scritch can definitely just walk up here and not have to worry about the minions. Please hit the minions. Please don't just go on somebody. That's not super smart. There we go. He's gonna walk up, take the minion waves. Just play with the team. There's no objective up right now. There's no reason to really be fighting anything at all. really just more than just pushing them off and trying to maybe establish vision for yourself to see where people are around the map as they're rotating, so you know where to go. We do see a really nice ward in the mid lane though, from Bandle City, who's about even with where they were before Baron. Oh, this Leona's in... Oh my gosh, Leona's just out of the range of that Scion Q. But it's great vision from Bandle City here. They can see every rotation out of base pretty much. For sure. But Ixtal's doing a great job of just turtling, trying to get their carries, trying to get gold into their carries. The unfortunate part is, like, a lot of gold is in this Caitlyn. Caitlyn with Mercurial Scimitar so that she can't get stunned up. Oh my gosh, what is this? That's so interesting, going in onto Booze. That's really not great for Toledo. Scion's in. Ixtal is coming in as well. Boozosaur's taking a ton of damage. There's no Jaboy J Money in this fight, so this, in theory, should be a great fight for Bandle City, for Ixtal, but they are kind of just bleeding. Toledo caught out by Scion, but not the worst thing in the world. They're going to go in, but it looks like Aatrox's trying to end the game. They're going to try and just have to stop the backs here. But it looks like we're going to get at least one player getting back for this Aatrox. Aatrox isn't going to be able to end the game. Scritch is going to go back. It should be able to stop him, but they're still going in. We're still trying to kill. We're trying to kill all the players here, but and as long as their base is repelled, it's still going to be pretty successful. I'm not so sure I like how aggressive this is in the end, but it looks like it's going to work, although... Oh, Ixtal forced to flash. Ixtal's going to die. I don't like it. I'm not sure I like this so much, but it's okay. Caitlyn gets a double kill. That's perfectly fine. Toledo and Jaboy J Money. Scritch just needs to get out of the way and really just not let Jaboy heal on him. Death's Defiance is doing so much work for Jaboy J Money. Great ultimate from the Aurelia. Great job by Scritch to get in. He is going to eventually go down here. Does have his GA pop. Scritch could potentially lock him up. Does miss it though, so they're just going to let him go. Teleport coming in from Lysandra. So they have at least gotten Lysandra's teleport out of this, to be honest. And Jaboy J Money's Guardian Angel, which is great for the next fight. So that means he cannot resurrect. So we have Drake. We have seventh Drake again. First game also had the same scenario. Final Drake before Soul, and it's a Cloud Soul. It's not the end of the world. Baron's up too. I wonder if you should trade Baron. Like, the other team has been trading Barons all game. This other team is Prio Drake so much. The Aurelian Soul is not even here. The big damage dealer is not here. This could go really poorly. Aurelian Soul doesn't even have teleport. She's just going to have to fly. TC comes in. Does hit Toledo. Toledo airborne. All this damage coming in. Scritch gets the Drake. Oh, this could be a complete disaster. Aurelian Soul has arrived, though. So this could still be a disaster for Bandle City. Scritch and Jaboy J Money on Scritch. Aurelian Soul is just going to stay away. Okay. All in all, it goes Soul going in with Aurelian Soul. Going to do a ton of damage to the Scion here. He's actually going to go down. The Leona needs to get out, probably, but probably just will get out. Scion's not going to kill her. Jaboy J Money in maybe a little too far, but turns out to not be too bad. Caitlyn's just going against Swain up in the top lane here. Just gonna get a casual kill. Patty's alive. Jaboy J Money is dead. But they're trying to end, but Scritch is holding the line. Scritch holding the line. Great play by Scritch. They might get a ton of things. Oh! Aurelian Soul gets one. Boozosaurus not going to go down. Scritch can run him down, though. Oh, does dodge, but doesn't matter. Going to still be able to stay on. Aurelian Soul does die to Boozosaurus. That was very greedy, to be honest. Scritch is just fine on his own going for it. But that's okay. They can get Drake here. If they can get Drake here if they want, they probably should. Even though there's one person down and he will not have it, it's still fine. Either way, very, very good. This is exciting. We might even get to literal Elder. Holy banger. I'm almost done with my second bottle of water. Okay. We are getting a lot of items in full items. They are actually built. He has built Mortal. Aatrox has built Mortal Reminder for Toledo. Meanwhile, no one's built any. There's just Script with Thornmail on his side, where if Jaboyjay Money doesn't auto him, he doesn't get heal cut. So, and we do. Leona does have the own Thornmail. Double Flame Horizon, yeah. Yeah, Caitlyn has so much farm. Caitlyn doesn't actually need the CS anymore. We'll just be CSing for wave clear, essentially, at this point. Scritch is the only one... Scritch is really the only one who needs items at this point, to be honest. Drake, like, they have Drake up in 3 minutes and 10 seconds, just taking what there is up on the map. Aurelia's side splitting on the sides. The problem is that their base that the other team's base is in shambles, essentially. So, like, it's gonna come, like, one fight win from the other team could end the game. Jaboyjay Money really playing aggressively here. For those who are just in, he's very fed right now. And this game is going the distance. This Aurelian Soul is an absolute monster. Just very strong, doing damage to a ton of people. Has played a little aggressively at times, and has ended up dying for it. But overall has still been doing fantastic. Caitlyn has come alive in the later games as expected. Aurelian Soul really is close to his big ultimate, which he needs. And he's pinging his stacks. So the team knows. We are playing for Elder, I'm assuming, at this point. There's nothing else to really play for. Baron on the other side. Wow, Swain taking so much damage, but there's not much else really to play with it, as the whole of the team is here. You can see all of the wards are spread across most of the top side of the map. There are bot side wards, but nothing really deep from Bandle City. And Ixtal is really lacking in the vision department. They're kind of playing the game a bit blind in the rivers. So I think they really need to try here to get in really quickly and let Leona and everybody else really get there. Like Patty needs to go back and get wards and start warding like ASAP. Like you need to be warding everything as quickly as you can. Caitlyn not having a Farsight alteration is really to me is not great at this point. You really need more like better stuff here. Like this other they're letting Bandle City kind of dictate without having vision, and it's not great. Like, they're pinging, because they're unsure where people are. Jaboyjay Money is kind of caught out. Is forced to flash, though. Big ultimate does catch out a lot of damage onto Jaboyjay Money, but nothing else really following. Hockey Ball. Oh, my gosh. Caitlyn damage. That was a headshot crit. That was literal 90% of Hockey's HP in 1 second. But that is great. That is really good. That's forcing people back before Elder. They are going to be back for the Elder fight. Like, Jaboyjay Money has Death Defiance. He is just going to be able to heal all of his health. Oh my gosh. Hockey's going to come right back to a stun. Hockey's going to get... Oh no, that's Fuel. Fuel stunned up. Hockey did not teleport in. That was not necessarily the right person. Toledo in a lot of trouble. Swain is down. Scritch has ulted Jaboyjay Money. He's healing up so much. But he's just taking so much... Oh my gosh, that was so much damage onto the thing. Ooh, GA popped. Just Q, no, charge the Q on it! Charge the Q on it! Oh, he's dead! Oh my gosh, the Aurelian Soul is doing it, the A-Soul is doing it, Caitlyn and Aurelian Soul are doing it! Aurelian Soul does go down to Malignance, but it should in theory be the game. Everybody alive but 4, they don't even need the Elder buff, they're just gonna walk it down mid. And that should be the game, I think. Like, I don't think Fuel can hold. Fuel's just gonna die here. He does take a lot of damage. As long as Scritch takes the tower, it's absolutely fine. And there we go. Fuel's going to go down. Nobody's up for a while. This should be Ixtal taking the game. What a massively long game. Oh my word. But they got there in the end. It was going to be a team fight for the ages no matter what happened. The only member up is Swain. Toledo might even go down, but it's not really the end of the world. Not really going to go down. Swain is out. Everyone is down. Your boy J Money spawning in 5 seconds. Huge amounts of... Huge team fights. Oh my gosh. Well, the Aurelian Soul was such a monster, and Caitlyn just feeding the damage, and Toledo living in situations that definitely felt sketchy, but turned out to work. It's such a long game, and the scaling of Aurelian Soul really took over, even though the Aatrox was really trying his hardest to heal off every bit of damage. No passive heal really, like, surprised me. But anyways, if any of the captains would like to join, absolutely fine by me. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Yo, how's it going? Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Yeah, that was
I
mean, we understood the assignment of the Chemtech, Chemtech special.
You did.
Right?
It was a Chemtech special. That, I mean, I guess you guys probably knew where the champions were going in the final game, who was piloting them. I guess, because I was a little shocked when I came back from getting water and Hockey was playing top Lysandra and Fuel was on mid Scion. But yeah, definitely felt like you guys had a good idea of how the game, like, what to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice of you to say. I don't know if we did really. I think there was I think kind of the first two games themselves were kind of whirlwinds. So
yeah.
This game being what it was, by the end, everyone was just like gasping for air, trying to get out of this.
Very tired. Yeah, I mean, I could tell, like, I could definitely tell that, like, by the end of it, it did really feel like Aatrox versus Aurelian Soul in some capacity. But Toledo was still doing, like, I mean, everybody was doing their part from both sides in the fights. But, like, it just felt like it was huge damage bursts. And I wanted to particularly point out Caitlyn nearly one-shotting Hockey with 2 autos as a big thing, that because it forced Hockey back to base. And then catching out Fuel on his teleport, even though it didn't result in a kill, I think it resulted in disorientation potentially. But yeah. I really, so I mean, game 1 obviously not going the best for you guys. But I like the adaptation with, like, really picking you early, getting that Viego for you. I thought that was an excellent, like, draft plan. Like,
yeah, I mean, game 1, I threw everything with that Gwen pick on 5. It was pretty bad, but I think that we kind of locked back in for game 2, and we did this last week too, where I feel like if you're a team that goes down 1-0, like, figure out what you need to do personally to just like reset.
Yeah,
it's like,
sure.
You know, I don't know. When I grew up and I was playing like team sports, that's always what the coaches would tell me. And I feel like it holds very true to League. It's like,
it does.
You can take a second to find a way to just lock back in. It's a new game, 0-0. Like, it helps a lot.
It really does. I mean, as someone who played with you last season, I know we didn't necessarily go down a ton 0-1 in series, but, you know, like, it was still that same mentality of not, like, kind of like not letting the last game dictate how the next game goes.
Yep.
And so that's a very solid mentality, like, for everyone to kind of hear. Yeah, I did like the game 3 draft, like, even though it felt rocky for a lot of the game, probably, like, I really liked the cohesiveness of the comp. Like, and it just happened that Ixtal really scaled super hard and was eventually able to output a lot of damage, and Caitlyn's scaling, like, really paid off. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, but keep banning the Kiana, guys.
Yeah.
That's the right ban.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I see Kiana every game. I'm like, yeah, Scritch is not playing support. We're not playing bot lane. Yeah, Kiana's getting banned.
Yeah, but shout out,
Yeah.
my whole team. But this week, Big Owo in mid. I mean, completely.
Oh yeah, that Aura game
I
was
mean,
insane.
every player definitely like picked up the slack. I think for each other. But I mean, and when it mattered the most, we saw who came out to really
Yeah,
show their true colors.
yeah.
So
And shout out to your ADC going 10.9 CS per minute in a 46-minute game.
I mean, my team's broken. My team's broken. I'll say it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Thanks for casting.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Anytime. I enjoyed it a lot. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for watching, and we will see you all for the next matches. There is the MVP in the Discord, so go ahead and do that. I will just quickly look to see. We're gonna have Freljord versus Void tomorrow at 7, and Crystal Scar versus Targon at the same time. So make sure to tune in for those. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you later.
Peace.